We should have that conversation now.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day.
Yo, Flurfs, what's up? Good to see you all. Thank you for coming. It's glad to be here. Yeah, tonight is this debate between Flatzoid, FTFE and myself. He challenged me to debate, so why not do it for the fun of it? But it's good to have you guys here. We got Jeff Conkle, PJ Cruikshank, Ryan S, and Dislord in for the pre-show. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing fine.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I just found out, I don't know why it's just in my mind right now, but I just was watching this thing about weird sports last night, and I just found out that ostrich racing is quite common in South Africa. Is that true?
We do it in Cape Town. In Oudtshoorn, they have ostrich racing.
All right, okay. I wasn't sure if it was full of crap or not, but yeah, ostrich racing is quite big. Sorry, I was random, but it just came to my head.
Don't get in the way of them, though.
No, but you've got to ride them. You're actually
you get what they usually do is, especially for the people that don't know the ostrich, they put a bag over the head so they relax, and then they have like a platform that you climb on, and then you can sit on. Then they take the headband off.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually works quite well. I mean, my daughter actually sat on the ostrich, so very brave.
Scary.
Yeah, but. So yeah, it's good to be here, guys. I just gonna quickly say hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for coming. This is the pre-show. The pre-show is usually a half an hour long before the actual debate starts. Please share the show and hit the likes. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate you all being here. So we got Michael Khan in the YouTube land, Jeff Conkle, Triple X, PJ Cruikshank, The Realm, what's up? Mr. Chiswick, thank you for coming. Alan Nordstrand, good to see you, mate. Dick Wayne, what's up? John Gonferfen, thank you for coming. Good to see you. Des Studio, what's up, man? Jamie Bruce, thank you for coming. Anson Howard, hello, good to see you too. Ryan S, glad to have you. And Rachie, thank you for coming. One Mind, One Spirit, good to see you too. And Moxie, good to see you guys. So thank you all for coming. Like I said, please hit that share button and hit the likes. It really does help. Oh, and Lumpy Gas just popped in, and Carl Apple. Good to see you guys. So we got 47 votes. Evidence: Flat Earth 51%, Globe 40%, and Donut 9%.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, the donut. Well, the donut.
I'm disappointed.
People need to understand that.
I'm disappointed because I thought Donut has more evidence than the Globe.
Yeah. I do not believe
Sure, but the donut actually do. Because the donut is actually a part of reality. It's just misunderstood when you say donut.
It must be the sweet topping that's attracting you. Hey, Sovereign Soul, good to see you, mate.
You know what I mean. I mean the actual torus field thing, you know, and the hyperbola and all that.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that's where the donut comes from. It's the donut stuff is just messing with that information. Joking with it.
In plain sight. That's why they sell us donuts.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Crunch, thank you for coming. Yeah, a lot of people don't really like FTFE, Globe, and Flat Earth side, but hey, he asked me for debate. Why not? At least he's man enough to try step up and debate me.
Yeah.
That's all for the fun of the sport at this moment, because I mean there is no debate. It's not a Globe, so
at least it doesn't reach the too, you know.
It's like his name says. It's a fight.
Mm.
It's a fight for him to survive with his fake information.
Yeah, what can we do?
Only laugh and get through it.
Hey, Moon Rider, but we are here, so let's enjoy it. So, what can you guys tell me? Well, what do you think I should debate him? Because the thing is, you're both supposed to, present 10 minutes opening on. He presents globe evidence, which there is none. He's just gonna make a whole bunch of claims that aren't backable. And then I must give flat earth. But I was thinking, I always do gravity. We debate gravity and gas pressure and stuff. I want to be a bit different tonight, so I was thinking maybe do earth curve. It's measured flat. Everything is always measured flat, and we can demonstrate everything on flat surfaces.
And all the technology we can prove uses flat-based measurements and calculations and all that. All the military stuff and all that stuff. All the machines, they don't use a globe to do anything. Nothing does, for real.
So
And most observations will tell you it's level.
Yeah, so it's crazy. And then I just want to give a shout out, because I don't give a shout out enough to my Patreon supporters and to the people that support me on PayPal. You guys rock. Thank you very much. I don't shout you guys out enough. And I really, really should do something more, but I've just been really busy with work stuff lately. That's why I haven't really done members only videos. I quickly do these little Sean Hawkins idiotic videos quickly before I go to work. But yeah, guys, as soon as it quiets down a bit, I'll start making some more members only stuff to say thank you for you guys. So please do understand I am really busy. Sorry. I mean, this is the first night in like 2 weeks that I haven't really worked overtime, and I'm working tomorrow again. So
weekend working.
It's that time of the year, you know what I mean?
It is.
There's a thing in the chat that the realm said things go down if you're below the horizontal. Really?
What?
Okay, so if I'm below the horizontal and there's a balloon I let go, isn't that going up?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So I don't know.
Go over the core
And I
model.
just said it didn't make sense, and he goes, "How?" And I'm just wanted to state that's how.
Hey LJ, good to see you, mate. And yeah, see, the thing is, it's very simple. I'm really interested to see what he's going to claim and bring up, because if he's going to claim things fall down, like I said, I don't really want to debate gravity. I'm actually sick of it. He has to then provide, I mean, this can get debunked straight away by saying, yeah, but things fall up too. You can't use your presupposition because things fall down, therefore it forces it to be pushed up. That's just circular reasoning. Because you're taking something that shows the claim wrong and just trying to work it in. Sorry, what clip?
The clip some guy in the chat earlier wrote, it's too manipulated, that clip. It's where Craig, he says that he has evidence that the Earth don't spin.
That he debunked Earth spin,
Earth spinning,
from MC Scorpio. Yeah, I wanted to say, but it looks like he made him say it.
Yeah, I feel like that. I want to know if we actually have a real video where he says that.
I don't know, but we can quickly watch it if you guys want to, just for the fun of it, because it was funny. Let's see. I wonder if I can get...
Yeah, because he didn't answer me if he had the actual video link.
Yeah.
Because I would not go out from something like that, and
how do
we don't know
how
if
do
it's
I
too
make this thing
manipulated.
big? Won't let me.
No, it wouldn't let me to.
Because I can see it on my phone big, but I mean on the computer I can't. Sorry guys.
Can you get the link from it if you right click it?
I don't think it's a link. I think he just copied it straight on. Yeah.
Yeah. But wondering if it might be able to. I'll try something.
Hey, Flatten Station, you think of coming? Destroy his gravity lies. We have how many times already? I do want to ask him though, has he done his demonstration for a refracted hand yet? Because it's been quite a long time that he says he's done it already, remember? And he says he just needs to edit the video. And that was like, what, a year ago?
Yeah, I mean... It is about you. It
Yeah.
is. It's all yeah.
And news, I was thinking today, news on my book, guys. I just haven't done it in a while because I've just been too busy. I'm still busy with the book, just to let you guys know. Even if it takes me 10 years to write it, I'm still busy with the book.
You must be writing in sleep flat, so you ain't got much time for yourself. You must be writing it when you're sleeping.
I literally do, I don't know.
Oh,
Time
it will allow me to
management.
make.
Time,
I'm allowed to make full screen.
yeah. Does it let you? Will you share it then?
Yeah,
quickly?
You share it.
My internet sucks, but I'll try.
No, but I say share, toggle, do the screen share and maybe pop up, then we can check it that way.
Yeah, let's try.
Oh, Moomin Rider.
Where did it go now? What did I do? Just a second. Here we are. Where's the screen share thing? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then final news, guys. I don't know if you heard, DP, domestic primate, he passed away today. So I just want to give condolences to his family and all the prayers. And apparently he got sick or something, and it was very progressive. So all my condolences and blessings go out to his family, and I do pray that they are okay, and go through this tough time. So shout out to DP and his family. That's really sad news though, because he was actually a good friend to me, and to hear that was really shocking news. Hey Lev, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it.
Why did it move me away from the video this time?
This load's got a white background. I used to have the white background. I had to change it into black in the end.
Oh yeah, I can't stand the white.
Yeah, it gets too dark in here if I have the black one.
I know what you're saying, but the white, so I end up with a headache when it's too
Oh,
light.
the slap video? Is that the one?
Yeah, late in the night it's annoying.
Oh, there.
Okay, okay, what's happening? I don't even see my mouse anywhere.
Based of slapping. What?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm stuck on full screen with that. That's a picture. I thought it was the
That's the one underneath. It's close. It's further
yeah,
down.
it's lagging. This chat is lagging.
I see. So if it's not gonna work, don't worry about it, mate.
I don't know. I was on the video when I opened the screen share. Then I was removed.
It's
from
much
it.
lower than that. You on like the other day's chats? It was today.
God, how did I get up there? It's really.
Hey
whoa,
Richard G,
okay.
good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Click on
I
that.
don't know what's going on
click
here.
on that little down arrow, then takes you to the bottom.
Yeah, but it's.
There we go.
Okay. Should be around here, yeah.
It's around there.
Should be right up there.
No, it's down. A bit up.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
This is-
God.
More up,
It's
more
amazing.
up. Okay.
I was already ready with. No,
No,
see, now I'm
it's
all
too
up
far.
there again.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
mate.
now it's too far.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
How does it do this? How does it jump like that?
This is just the pre-show, guys. A price of Adam.
How does it keep jumping around?
This is just the
We
pre-show.
should play the song now. Jump around.
Sure.
Jump up, and jump. Yeah, okay.
The realm. It says,
What?
Jeff, you're
Okay,
at
I'm
2,000 meters. Sighting a peak at 1,000 meters, 100,000 meters away. Is it just gonna loom up or down? What?
Diddle-diddle-it. Diddle-diddle-it. Okay, this is getting. There we are.
There it is.
How did it keep jumping away?
No idea. Okay. Can make it bigger.
Let's see if we even.
Well, Flatten Station, it's good to see you, mate. You're gonna have to share the
What?
sound as well.
Oh, it's not shared automatically.
No, you have to share the sound as well.
Oh, how?
So you have to end your screen share and press it again, and then there's a little toggle switch that you have to press for add sound. So you have to end your screen, end screen share,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to share it again, but this time there's a toggle switch that you must press, add sound with it.
Now I don't even. Oh, there we are. It's pretty smaller. Okay. See, now my chat is all up there in another day again.
So thanks everybody
And now it's down.
Thanks everybody that just popped in. We've got 51 people watching live. Thank you very much. So this is a pre-show. We're going to be debating live in about 14 minutes. Please hit that like button. Share the show on every platform you can. It really does help to get the show to a wide audience, guys. Really appreciate it.
Okay, I don't see anywhere asking anything about audio when I click the share button. It just
okay, don't stress
to,
about the video then. Don't stress about it.
It
Hey,
doesn't give me
Norman.
a choice. Like,
No, don't worry about it, mate. Anyway.
it should be automatic, I think.
Rachie, come on, Dislord, get with it.
Yeah, but it's not me. You know, if you see my screen, there is no answer about it. It's not asking me about any sound or anything. It's only giving me the choice to remove web messages when I share.
What? Okay, that's not right. Okay. Hey, Sig the Step,
It
thank you
might
for coming.
be. I don't know.
So yeah,
It should be automatically.
there we go. It's sharing, but I don't know about the sound though.
Yeah, but I don't have any before clicking into that. I don't have any choices. It must be now. I have to do it somewhere then.
No, you should have done it when you press share.
Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah.
It doesn't even come up
No worries, mate.
as a choice.
Anyway, any guys?
Yo,
Well,
stinks.
I can send you the video though.
Domestic primates. Let me see if I've got his channel link still. You know what? I had him on my show. Let's see. Live.
That was Skype.
Yeah, it's,
Escape, yeah.
he
Escape.
always wants to talk to me while we live. He's a glow believer, obviously, but a nice guy. He's got autism, but
Yeah,
he
my
doesn't have a lot of friends and stuff. So it's actually nice to talk to him and stuff. Show him.
Yeah, my son's very, very like socially inept, with his autism.
Because
Yeah,
it is difficult for
Yeah.
persons with autism to make friends and all that.
Definitely.
People with autism need to they need to take a good mix of CBD and THC cannabis oil daily. It helps so much with autism. People just don't want to listen when people get but I've seen it. I've worked with people with that problem. A lot of other problems.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is when I had him on. Let's see if I got his link in here.
They literally restart. If they're so bad they can't talk, they start talking again after a certain while. Some are worse than others, but
Okay.
they will come back to talking and
I
stuff.
thought
Yeah.
I thought I had DP's what's him on here, but obviously not.
My son just stopped talking about a year and a half ago. I mean, he had a wide vocabulary, good vocabulary,
Who?
and then he
Yeah.
stood through some trauma, and now he doesn't talk. He hasn't spoken for a year and a half. He's completely mute at the minute.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah,
well,
he's
you can look into the cannabis oil stuff if you don't already know.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, I'm into that now. So.
Yeah, because it's not like they're smoking anyway. They're
But
ingesting it. And it's healthy.
He's only 15, and then I mean THC is still illegal over here. CBD is legal.
I know, but the
isn't legal. But CBD is legal, so I could.
Yeah.
When he's old enough, I can introduce him to it. But in the minute he's only 15, so I can't.
Yeah.
well, the younger the better, for the results.
Yeah, of course.
I know the law, but I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But I know.
I would say you probably should check with your doctor, or you should read about it first. That's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DP.
Well, the doctor
Just
won't.
in
There's
case.
no need. Well, the doctor won't really help you. The doctor is not allowed to tell you that's okay or that's right. They have to tell you to go to some other place, psychiatric, this, that, or medicines they can prescribe you. The doctor is useless. For real.
Yeah, sorry,
Well, my
guys.
doctor said that, but he said that it was all right if I went and got one. It wouldn't conflict with what he was taking care of me with.
Some of them is nice, but they can't
Okay,
help you.
guys,
That's the
sorry,
problem.
but we can't talk about medical stuff on YouTube, unfortunately, guys. So, yeah, we'd rather
Of course.
keep away from that.
It's so easy to fall into as well, isn't
Yeah,
it? You can
easy.
just mention you've got a cold, and then something goes on, and it just the conversation starts. So yeah, I was just thinking that myself. But,
See, that just makes my point.
Mhm.
The doctors are useless. You can't even talk about them.
I hear you.
Okay, so I tell if they come back, they'll be breaking down when no one is looking. They're slowly realizing where we are. Yep. So I don't know. We'll see if he's going to present us with any globe evidence, as we've been asking for globe evidence quite a long time. Hey, Ali B, good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming. I see the globies have popped in because they've brought the votes up now. 86 votes. Evidence: Flat Earth 48%, Globe 44%, and Donut 8%. Hey, Jonah Edwards, what's up, mate? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate you. So yeah, you guys rock. What's news for the last 8 minutes before he sends me his link?
That's the stuff. I don't know what, but the news is the stuff.
Nightscape, he brought a new video. Glenn Sells, what's up? Thank you for coming. Who still thinks men walked on the moon? Not me.
Fantasy dreamer people.
Yeah, not me, not at all. What's the
You
game
probably
plan for
can
the
be.
debate? Flat Station. Actually, I don't really have a game plan because I didn't have time to actually set anything up. We're supposed to do 10 minutes openings each. But
And I feel like he has a plan already.
yeah, but the thing is, we've debated so many times, and I'm tired of debating the same stuff over and over. You know what I mean? It's like just a broken record. So I want to do something different. I want to change it up a bit. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm thinking of more on just trying to present. Okay, let's talk about Earth curve. You know, why is everything measured from flat? Why are we only able to demonstrate it from flat? Why every time they want to talk about Earth curve and they say Earth's too big to see it, yet they want to bring up a picture like something like 10 kilometers away and say, see, that's Earth curve blocking it. Yeah, they just contradict themselves.
Yeah.
So I'll probably do something on Earth curve tonight. I think that's going to be more fun, and refraction. Because he still hasn't brought up his refracted hand for us. It's been a year now about, so I think I'm allowed to ask.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he even told me he's gonna try and be polite and not interrupt and stuff. I think that interruption board worked quite well last time.
Yeah, but didn't he say he was gonna do that last time too, when he just went all over the place anyway? It was insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He got such anger issues, that he can't hold it back, it seems.
So yeah, guys, thanks all for coming again. Please hit that like button, share the show. Really, really does help to get the show out to a wider audience. By the way, what kind of platforms are you guys on though? If we talk about it.
Wood?
Platforms?
Are you just on YouTube, or do you watch like TikTok or Facebook or?
Well, I only do all the
YouTube
new
only.
alternatives to YouTube, kinda. What Rumble and
Rumble,
Rumble, yeah, I guess.
I forgot the other name of the other one. I haven't used the other one for a while.
Odyssey,
Rockfin? Rumble.
Odyssey, Rockfin,
No.
Kick, Twitch,
D-Live?
D-Live.
No. There's too many now, I hear.
That's crazy. Every time you see there's another one.
Yeah, people are fighting to be the one, and that turns me off from it. I like Rumble. Doesn't seem like they're trying to be anything. Just just giving us what we need. Now.
Excuse me. For now.
Yeah.
I forgot to set my alarm for tomorrow morning, but now my phone's already sitting there, so I'll just hope I remember after the debate.
It's like
Well,
it's like the fight about being the new Facebook. There's so many people fighting about becoming the new Facebook too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And no one's ever gonna go over there anyway, you know. Yeah, a few, but it's never gonna run the thing with the few that's gonna go. So it's like a hopeless fight, you know. People are gonna go back to Facebook because everyone stays there, you know, all the non-woke friends and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I see you sent me a link already, but we still got like 4 minutes. So we'll chat here for 4 minutes before I click on this link. Hey, Soundly Banana, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. NASA took down the lunar golf shot as it sliced in the vacuum. Russian vids got up their nose. Yeah, shout out to RV. RV Truth Rocks.
Sorry, Flats, I gotta take off here, so
No stress,
enjoy
man.
your debate and
Enjoy.
I'll see you after. Yeah.
Okay.
See ya.
I'm glad you think
See ya.
that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Cheers, man.
See ya.
So yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna click that link. The after show. I'll see if we'll have an after show. We might probably have a quick after show afterwards. So if you guys want to, after the debate, pop into Element again, let me know. It'll be great. I'll definitely try to have an after show. But I'll see you guys in YouTube land.
See ya.
Sure will.
Okay. Just guys, thank you for coming. Thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming. Please hit the like button, share the show. And if you do send super chats, I will try my best to read them out when you read them, when you send them. And if I do know, I will have them on a list and read them out live. So I really do appreciate all the support on this channel. You guys rock. Okay, I'm gonna click on the chat, and then I'll see you guys after the debate. Cheers, guys.
Good luck.
Okay, there we go. I'm out of elements. Let me click the link and this is what this is. Open launch meeting. Okay, I'm trying to get back to you. Let's join. Okay. Whoop whoop. Thank you, Alan. It's good to see you, mate. I'm glad you are home, by the way. Join with computer audio. Hey, he's already got someone in there. What's going on there?
Hello.
It's freezing. Hello?
Hey, are you right?
Yeah.
Just getting ready.
Oh, I thought you were like got someone on there because it's the photo of you. It's like frozen.
No, I've got this thing of just playing clips of people saying dumb things right at the start of my streams. So I just have something ready usually just as I start. I mean, even because he says buildings have big doors because giants used to exist in Canada 300 years ago.
Interesting. Well, they have found a lot of giant remains, so.
Aye, but 300 years ago, I think we'd notice that.
We still got
Right, anyway,
giant.
I'm just
Yeah. Okay.
mute myself now, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes ish. Okay.
Short, mate. Okay, there we go. So you heard that, 5 minutes. So we're starting a bit later. Rachie says tonight's the night Flatzoid becomes a glober. I don't think that's going to happen. But okay. Let's go and see what's on the YouTube land while we're waiting for him to start. 61 watching. Thank you very much for coming to watch 61 live. Really, really appreciate it. Just in the pre-show. Can you believe it? What's going on? Do you guys know the channel J-Stew? One of my favorite all-time channels, for sure. Really enjoy J-Stew. If you guys haven't already, do go and search J-Stew up and watch them. Hey, Pitch Lumen, good to see you, mate. Glad you could make it. Price of Adam. Just that voice work for BBC. You troglodyte. What? I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, I am busy with a spoof song. I was hoping I would be able to do the the music video this weekend because I wanted to last weekend, just got too busy. And unfortunately, now because I'm working tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow either. But I'm going to try my best to do the music video, record it and everything. I think it's going to be funny. It's going to be fun. Let's put it that way. It's based on being a drunk heliocentrist religious believer who can't accept Flat Earth taking the model away. So yeah, it's going to be funny. And I gave it a kind of John Lennon feel to it. So I hope you guys like my John Lennon drunk voice. But yeah, I enjoyed making the song. Hey Elric, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Elric, thank you for coming. It's great to have you here. So what's the vote saying? Evidence, Flat Earth 47%, Globe 44%, Donut 8%. Wow. So we just gotta wait for Fight the Flat Earth. I think he's starting. Not sure. Well, that is his intro music, so there we go. He started, guys. Thank you all for coming again. Thank you. And like I said, if you do send a super chat, I will try my best to read it out, or I will read it later on. Please do know I will always try my best. Thank you guys for coming. Please share the show, and yeah, let's kick some Globe butt. Just wait for him to tell me to unmute. Guzzling balls. Hey Spuddy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Do you think he's gonna be bringing up his little globies again? I don't know. Or why has he got his router in his hand? I think that's his router. Okay. Very exciting stuff. On tonight's debate, we watch how Flatzoid watches Craig on mute talk about a router. Oh, pretty. Oh no, it's not a router, it's like a photo of him, like with a light. Okay, exciting stuff. Okay, we're just waiting for him still. Waiting for him to accept me to talk. We are starting a bit late. Trolls coming in, probably, Ryan. It's good to see you all. Thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate it. No more ad block on YouTube. Last ad was... What, really? Is that true, Jonah? That's hectic. And you can't report something like that to YouTube, though. Hey, Awesomeo, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Oh, it's going to take long, Craig. Please. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Well, I am, practically. But it's good to have you guys here. It's a gravitational lensing projector. Hey, Tapered Bodies, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I think he's going to unmute himself now. We'll see what he's going to say. Still can't hear him. Hello? Can you hear me? Hey, Baku, thank you for coming.
I'm just figuring out how to get your picture. I've broken my computer. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Tech issues, you know how it goes.
Yeah, this is us professionals.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you for coming and having a chat with me, Flatzoid. I really do appreciate it. How you been over there in South Africa?
Very busy. Very, very busy. But yeah, it's been hot. Been having a heat wave these last few days. So I
don't know what that means. I live in Scotland. I'm not familiar with the term.
Let's put it this way. It's 10 o'clock at night and it's still 30 degrees Celsius.
Don't be silly. It doesn't go above 22 degrees Celsius. I don't know what you mean. We just have rain 500 days of the year.
You want to swap a bit?
So yeah, I asked you if you would come and have just a straightforward flat Earth debate with me, where we both present evidence for me globe and you flat, and that's cool, right? That's what we're going to do today.
Mm-hmm. Only thing is, I didn't have time to set up my 10 minutes, so I'm just going to be presenting my case there.
We've both been doing this for a long time, and I'm sure off the top of our head we can spout out 10 minutes of stuff. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes or whatever, but you've up to 10 minutes to give evidence for our claim. So do you want to go first, or it's up to you?
Go ahead. You asked for the debate, so you go first. It's fine. Hit us with a good start. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so right, it's fair enough. I don't mind going first. You have agreed to give evidence, and it's a structured thing, so there's no getting bogged down in one thing. We've got a time limit that we've set ourselves. I think we said that it's 10 minutes to present evidence, and then the other person has 5 minutes to rebut it. Then we'll have like an open conversation for 20 minutes, and then do the same for the other side. So that is the structure we've agreed to, right? So that is definitely happening for both of us.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I don't mind going first. It'd be interesting to hear what you say about my points. I'm sure it's points that you've heard before, because I am sticking relatively simple. Maybe going back 5-6 years in the argument, and sticking with very simple things that the average everyday person can really verify for themselves in general. My lights are going crazy. I'm not sure why. So, right, where's my timer? I'm going to start a 10-minute timer for myself, and I'm just going to start talking. And if I'm done, I'll stop. If it gets to 10 minutes, I'll stop. Okay. Right. Let me bring this my screen up. Right, so simple things that I'm going to talk about today. The Earth is a globe that's been known for a very long time. Greeks back thousands of years kind of realized it from basic observations, and then did more maths and stuff to verify it. One of the first things that kind of hinted that the Earth was in fact a globe was the very simple observation of boats disappearing over the horizon bottom first, or as was more usually the case, boats appearing to come toward you, mast first, and then the bottom. Very simple observation that at the time was just something that was one of the things that suggested to the Greeks at the time and other races a couple of thousand years ago that the Earth could be a sphere. And then they did lots more things to test it. But I want to kind of just, that observation, I think, is a very good observation that no matter how hard flat earthers try, they can't debunk. And it's something that I've seen myself personally, being at sea as a Royal Navy sailor. I have seen boats come into view with the mast first and then the bottom, as we expect, the amount that we expect it to do depending on the refractive conditions. Now, a lot of flat earthers say that, oh, well, we can just zoom back in and bring the boat back. And I wanted to quickly dispel that as part of my evidence. This is a video from Dazza, the cameraman, who took a video of these 3 ships on the horizon. And during the video, he wanted to show that zooming in doesn't change how much is shown of the ship. So what he does is he zooms in a little bit and he takes a screenshot of the portions of the ship that are above the water. And then he zooms in a bit more and he does the same thing. And then he compares the screenshots. So on the bottom is the screenshot of when it was slightly more zoomed out. On the top is a screenshot of when it's zoomed in. And as we can see clearly, nothing has appeared back above the horizon once it has disappeared. No zooming in made it come back. It's very simple. The boat went over the curve of the horizon. The only way this could be a phenomenon that we expect is that there is a physical blockage. Yes, there is occasions where that physical blockage happens appears to be further, but that's because refraction is a thing and is also something that we fully expect, and is also something that's quantifiable and measurable and testable. But it's an age-old proof that has been used for thousands of years that I have still never heard any flat earther give a satisfactory rebuttal to. Ships go over the horizon bottom first. They come back over the horizon mast first. It's a fact. Anyone can view it for themselves. Agreed, it doesn't appear to happen every single time because conditions means you might not be able to see that far. But the normal condition, the standard, is that this is the case. And that's my first point that I wanted to bring up. My second quick point is that we can move away from sea level, and anyone can spend a couple of £100, buy a weather balloon, stick a camera on it, and then send that camera up and see what they see. Now, this is a particular video from a guy called Dwayne Kellum. And just quickly before we look at the video, I wanted to talk particularly about the camera. So the camera is a Sony A7S2. The lens is a Sony FE 50mm f1.8. The lens is very rectilinear. Obviously, every single lens has some degree of barrel distortion, but this lens is particularly rectilinear. And when you look at the grid that is referenced for this camera, you can see how little the level of distortion is, even towards the edges. In general, this camera shows very, very, very little barrel distortion at any point that you view it. And you can verify this at Sony's website and look at the details of the camera yourself. But here's the camera that's used. Here's the barrel distortion that's usually applied to it. Now, when Dwayne sent this up, he got lovely views like this of the curve of the Earth. And not only did he have views like this, but the data provided shows where he is, what longitude and latitude he is, the barometric pressure where it is, the temperature outside, where the, not where he is, obviously, where the balloon is. I doubt he went up himself. And we can see at this point, the altitude is 35,785 meters, so very close to 36 kilometers up. And we can clearly see the curve of the Earth. Now, you can go through this video over and over and over. I've done it. I've scrubbed through it constantly. And there is no point at all where the horizon, when it's in view, bends the opposite way or, tilts up at the edges or anything like that. It's very, very clear that this is a curve of the Earth, and it matches the predictions of what we see. In fact, if anybody doubts the claim that it matches the predictions, you can check things like this on Water Business website and other places to see what the prediction is of the curve we would expect to see of the horizon at this point. Obviously, what we're seeing is the horizon being equidistant around the camera, which means that at 360 degrees, the horizon is the same distance away from the camera. And as the camera has lifted above that equidistant circle, of course, that circle will appear to curve down. That's how seeing works. So not only can we see the curve of the Earth or the effects of the curve of the Earth of things like ships disappearing bottom first, but we can send things up to verify it into what's clearly a near vacuum. So space is kind of a thing, but we can verify exactly what we say about the Earth being curved by going up a lot higher and having a look. And that's two kind of basic points. And the final thing I wanted to go over is something which I know that you're going to thoroughly disagree with, but is one of my points of evidence anyway. And that's not specifically gravity, but what happens with gravity and hydrodynamic equilibrium. Gravity creates one force that pulls all things to the center. It creates a force of attraction that exists between any two masses. When an object has enough mass, gravity will pull inwards from all directions. Mathematically, Newton's law of universal gravitation says this is Fg equals gm1m2 over r squared, where F is the gravitational force between two objects. G is the gravitational constant, 6.64 times 10 to negative 11 Newton meters squared per kilogram squared. M1, M2 are the masses of the objects, and R is the distance between them. As all the matter accumulates, the gravitational forces pull them towards the center of mass. And to minimize this force and potential energy, they would naturally form a spherical shape, because a sphere is the geometry that distributes mass moved evenly in all directions from a central point. That means to form a sphere in nature requires less energy than other spheres. So when forces are balanced, you will naturally have something that is a sphere. In the case of when we're talking about gravity and planets, you have two things that balance. That's P gravity and P thermal. Well, we were talking about a star, for instance, and that's P gravity is the forces created by gravity pulling inwards, and P thermal would be the pressure created by the force of the star inside with heat and everything pushing out. And once those forces are balanced, you naturally get something forming the sphere, because a sphere requires less energy than other shapes. And that is why when you go to space, like on the ISS, and you pour water out, it forms a sphere. I know the answers that you're going to give to these, but these are things I have never heard a flat earther satisfactorily give me a response to. Thank you for giving me the time to speak without being interrupted. Over to you for your 5-minute rebuttal.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay. First off, with the Earth curve, I'm so glad you brought that, because that's actually what I wanted to do tonight, because we always just debate gravity or, gas pressure. So it's good to be able to do something different. So, debunking the Earth curve, that's actually quite simple. Have you watched my presentation on focal length?
Possibly. All your stuff seems to blend together in my brain. I may have.
Okay, I'm going to quickly bring it up. I recently did a video showing focal length causes your apparent foreshortening, which gives you your apparent curve. There is no such thing as Earth curve, and it can be shown straight through by just actual observation. Even changing focal length gives a foreshortening effect. You obviously understand how foreshortening works. Now, how this was done, I'm going to quickly just go to the point on, I can't use this one, I have to do it, yeah. Can you see my screen? Obviously not. I first have to share, correct?
Oh, I may have to turn on the ability to, sorry, I may not have done that. Give me 1 second. Security, allow participants. You should be able to share your screen now. Apologies.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly get to the point where I want to get, then I'll share my screen for you. Okay. Let's see, share screen. Which one is it now? Screen. Okay, I'm just going to share the screen. Okay, you can see me. Okay, this should be on screen now. What happened is this was taken from 16 meters, exactly the same elevation, same position, everything. The only difference was the focal length. He used the focal length of 200 millimeters on this one, and used the focal length of I think it was 20 millimeters on the 12 millimeters. Right, let's make sure 12 millimeters on the other one. Now, when we go and we look and we do some analysis on this, just caused by the focal length, you would see the one looks more curved. You would agree with me with that? Craig, can you hear me?
Yeah, I kept myself muted. So
okay, sorry. So what would happen is, this is the 12 millimeters from 16 meters away. This is the 200 millimeters from 16 away. You can see the proportions are the same based on the subject, but the background in proportion to the subject has changed dramatically. You can't see the mountain anymore with the 200 millimeter. That pole in the background is not bio chest anymore, it's now bio waist, and the mountain has totally disappeared. It has even taken that church, and it has changed how high her head is relative to the church. Now notice this is exactly the same distance, only the focal distance has changed. No elevation change, nothing. Which one would you think would be showing, based on your understanding, if you take a photo, you would say it's Earth curve. You would say the one on the right, correct? Because you would say the mountain shouldn't be visible. It would be blocked by Earth curve.
I mean, I wouldn't say anything. I mean, I'd rather hear your whole presentation before
Okay, but anyway, this is my rebuttal, remember? So, but I wanted to actually do this with my presentation, so it's fine. But yeah, the point is, focal length is the answer to why you can't zoom things back in over the ocean. There's only a certain amount of zoom you can do. Let's go to a video also on my channel, where I am able to, because I'm going to show you what they mean when we claim that you can zoom boats back over the horizon. Yes, you can do it to a certain extent, and this is something I have to tell the flat earthers also to stop. Just claiming, yeah, you can zoom it back, you can zoom it back. Yeah, to an extent. There's always limitations to this. Because of your angle, it's limited. So I just got to quickly get to a video. It's like one of my first videos ever on my channel, where you can't see the boat. And because we zoom in, we are able to bring that boat, quote unquote, back over the horizon. This is all just due to the diffraction limit. Obviously, you understand that as well. This is just the debunk, the rebuttal of your physical Earth curve. And obviously, you understand also I can show horizons behind objects that are so-called blocked by Earth curve, and that means the horizon can't be Earth curve. We can demonstrate these things with refraction on flat surfaces, without atmospheric refraction on flat surfaces. We can demonstrate bottom-up obstruction constantly on small scale. So that is a big glaring issue for the globe, just to make a claim that Earth curve is Earth curve because you claim it to be Earth curve. Here's that video I was talking about. Got to copy it over quickly to put into my other browser, otherwise it doesn't work for me. Sorry, adverts. Let's see. There we go. Okay, let's go to where I want to go to where you can't see the boat at all, and then I have to zoom in to get the boat back. There we go. I'll do it this side. I'm going to just speed it up a bit. Look, you can't see the boat at all, and he has to go look for it. You can see that's a crisp horizon, as you would claim. Based on your globe, you shouldn't be able to even see that the boat should be gone. Now he zooms in, he's able to see the boat. Now he can't see the bottom of the boat. But look what happens as he's going up and down over the swells. You can see the bottom. Why? Because this is the foreshortening effect. The waves that are closer are foreshortening. And you see, you can't see the boat at all now that he's zoomed out. This is what they mean with we can zoom things back over the curve. Because based on Galileo's claim, they didn't have optical instruments as well professionally, how can I say, constructed as today. Technology has improved. So it's got better. We're able to see better and further. So according to with Galileo, this would have gone over the Earth curve. The boat would have gone over Earth curve. Now we are able to zoom that boat back in over the curve. That is what they say when they call that, and that's why I say it's only to a certain extent. We're not. You can't always claim, yeah, it's always perfect and. How can I put this? Sorry, I want to stop sharing. How do I stop sharing now? Stop sharing. Okay, so we can't always just claim, yes, we can zoom in, because you do have a limitation based on foreshortening and limited angles, and that's my rebuttal to your first point. The second point was, what was your second point again?
It was the camera, the weather balloon.
Oh, yeah, with a rectilinear lens. This is very simple. This is just based on your field of view as well. It's an optical effect. Even Dave McKeegan had done a video on this where he explained that even based on the flat Earth, because your field of view has a limitation based on the radius outwards to you, it will give an appearance of a curve. So it's only an optical effect and not a physical effect. Also note that Neil deGrasse Tyson says even you at Felix Baumgartner's height, which is higher than Dwayne Kellam's high altitude balloons, you shouldn't see curve at all. He said you shouldn't actually even see curve at the height of the ISS. So that goes against your model as well. Claiming that it is physical curve doesn't make it physical curve. So the burden would have to be, how do you prove it to be Earth curve when we are able to show it's only optical on the ground? So if we're able to prove that it's only optical on the ground, this automatically debunks the notion that your claim that it's not optical higher up. Your last one about gravity, you probably heard what I asked with McToon that time. What is gravity? Just making a claim of a universal gravitation doesn't make it actual. Yes, things fall, and yes, things go up. The point of the matter is, if you claim it's a certain force, which cannot be a force, which isn't a force, the claim ends up coming gravity causes gravity, and therefore that debunks itself. So again, you would have to provide evidence that mass does attract mass by actually doing actual scientific hypothesis and experimentation of this, instead of claiming gravity causes gravity. That's my 5-minute rebuttal.
All right, brilliant. All right, give me 1 sec because my internet seems to be freaking out.
No stress. So you're going to give your 5-minute rebuttal now to that, and then I'll do my 10-minute presentation, correct?
Give me 1 sec. Just get my stream started back up. But I thought that we could have just a little bit of an open conversation about the things that you said there.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
I was going to say, because actually my opening is exactly what I just actually rebutted for you. So I don't see what I have to present, because I was going to present Earth curve exactly like I just used to rebut your argument. So can we take that as my opening then? Then we can just go into your 5-minute rebuttal.
Still give a presentation that I can specifically rebut, but we just talk about the things that you said there first, right? So let me bring you back on the screen. So the first thing you said was that video with the focal length myth debusted disproves what I said. However, I would like to show you a comment from the person that made that video, if you don't mind. Quickly, let me just bring that up. Should be, yeah, here we go. So someone left a comment asking them something, and they responded. Oh no, that's my dog, not what I wanted to show you. So Where's Wally left a comment on that video saying, I'd like to know about the church cute girl shots. Please tell us what you recall about the elevation of each position. And the person that took those photos, this is their words. If you're asking because of that crazy guy who thinks the earth is flat, then the one thing he failed to take into account is that the photos were all handheld and were therefore at slightly different heights. This explains all the differences that he drew attention to. It has nothing to do with lens distortion or the world being flat. So we're going to dismiss your entire claim regarding that picture, because your assumption it was all done at the same height is clearly false, according to the person that took that picture. So we can dismiss that. The next thing was that you said that things would appear curved from high above, and Dave McKeegan agreed with you. Well, Dave said that he said even a flat Earth horizon would form a circle around you, which would still curve left to right. So the claim of a flat horizon can't be true. Yeah, but the thing is there would be no flat Earth horizon. That is assuming that the edge of the flat Earth is a disk. It would require a horizon. There is no horizon on a flat Earth. So I think you've misunderstood what Dave McKeegan said there. What we see in the video that I presented by the guy with the weather balloon is an equidistant circle around you, because the camera spins 360 degrees and it shows the circle of the horizon curving down as we would expect when you rise above what is technically a 2D cross section of the Earth. So your claim to Dave McKeegan was incorrect, and also you used the Neil deGrasse Tyson fallacy, which Neil deGrasse Tyson isn't a god, and I could point out an entire list of things that he's got wrong. And I wish that he was never in that Stargate episode because he ruined it. And then you were asking what is gravity. Don't have a fucking clue. Doesn't change the fact that we can measure, experiment, predict, and use it, because it is a real empirical fact of nature used in industry and navigation for billion-dollar industries. And the universal law of gravitation is something that has been verified by myself personally using a scientific experiment. So have some of my friends. And also, if you would like more verification of the laws of gravity, and there's quite a large list of gravitational experiments, a list you can find on mctoon.net/G. So it doesn't matter what gravity is, haven't a clue, but it's something that creates a force. That force is measurable. It's simple. It's there. I might not know what magnetism is. Back in the day, they had no clue what magnetism is. But magnetism still existed. Just because you don't know what something is doesn't mean that you aren't able to experiment, predict, and test with it. So anything that you'd like to respond to that about?
Yeah, I'm just quickly trying to find another example of focal length changing what claim, just because the guy can't accept that he notice he crouched exactly the same position. The reason he is having excuses like this, and note that crazy flat earth guy, by the way, he's quoting me, guys, because he's getting inundated by globe trolls asking him, were you at the same elevation? Yes, he was.
Well, he disagrees. He said he wasn't. So you're not him.
You can watch the video yourself, and you can see he kneels on exactly the same place on his knee. He literally puts his elbow on his knee on both the times. Are you saying his knee had grown when he did it? And he said he replicates it. So yeah, don't worry, I'm just trying to find another one, because there is more observations that do exactly the same just by changing focal length. It's here by on Life is Short. I'm just looking for it. Sorry, I'm just looking for it.
So this picture, right, is of the same image with the camera in exactly the same place on a tripod, and the only difference here is the focal length. This is the only difference between these two pictures. You've got a 35mm lens on the left and a 150mm lens on the right. As you can see, none of the proportions have changed.
Oh, really?
So my question to you would be, why would proportions change on one thing with focal length when it doesn't with the other?
It does change. I can see it with my eyes here, and I'm going to show you. And first I want to ask, what was the distance that you did here?
Not entirely sure on the difference, on the distance, but it's the exact same distance.
Can I share my screen?
And exact same distance on the tripod each time.
Okay, but you weren't very far. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. There is zero difference there due to the focal length.
Okay, I'm going to show you. There, look at that.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I haven't got you on screen yet.
There's a difference there.
Right, sorry. 1 second. Let me zoom in so you can point out these differences to people that don't exist.
That don't exist?
Sorry, so where's the differences?
It's a difference
there. So they're exactly the same?
No, there's the top of the table. There's the edge of the table. Totally different.
No, that's a lot. The edge of the table is a lot further down. You can see the edge of the
table
further below that green line.
There's the other edge of the table, a bit higher. Okay.
No, again, the edge. You've not got that red line on the left on the edge of the table. You can see that the green line that you've put on the front is way above the edge of the table. The edges of the table match up perfectly.
Okay. You can see wall between there. Do you see wall between there? No, you don't. You can literally see here. Sorry,
you just compared the front and the back. They're different things.
No. What's going on? Is the thing starting to look like it's? Which one used the higher focal length? I'm guessing this one on the right, correct?
It was 150mm on the right.
Yeah, and on the left was?
You've managed to point out zero difference so far.
Which one was on the left?
35mm on the left.
Okay, now how am I able to tell you which one is the higher focal length?
You have a good guess, but
not a good guess.
Is
not
irrelevant.
A good guess. You're really making my point.
The thing is, there is zero differences between those pictures in proportions. You have proven that with the lines that you drew on there.
Really? This is the edge on the first one, okay? Let's try draw the edge.
Again, the pictures are also slightly cropped differently. What you're showing there differently. Is that the image is exactly the same. There's no difference in proportions.
No, they're not. I'm literally showing on screen now. It's not. It looks lower.
The cropped map.
It
doesn't look lower. In the slightest, the edge of the table matches up. It's blurrier on one because of the focal length than the other, so it's a lot crisper on one than the other. But the proportions match up. Blurrier. They aren't different.
Blurrier.
Yeah,
is that
obviously it's blurrier because with a higher focal length, one part would be closer to the camera than the other, so the focus would be slightly different. But there is zero difference between those pictures. Even the dots. If you zoom in on the window that's open, you can see the 3 dots are clearly in exactly the same place on both those pictures.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you again. If you did this at a further distance, would the apparent difference be more noticeable?
There's no difference there, so there's no reason why further distance would be more noticeable.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you, look at the bricks layout.
Yeah, they look the same to me.
Are you smoking something?
Yes.
That looks the same.
Yeah.
You literally can see a difference.
It's like blurry.
No, the blurriness doesn't change how high something appears in relation to the foreground. Remember what I don't know, you didn't watch the live with Shiana where we were explaining. If I
compare
explain
left side to the right side, because if you take the left side of that picture and compare it to the left side of the other picture, the bricks are in the same place.
Thank you.
The one, the brick on the right is actually, it's slightly higher than the brick on the left itself. So you would match up the same ones.
Just because you say you can't see a difference doesn't mean there isn't a difference. We can all see on screen is a difference, mate. Now, this is what I'm trying to explain to you based on the subject. Your concentration was on the car, correct?
Yes.
Just like he was concentrating on Shiana, his daughter. The composition of the car stays the same. So let's say you took up 20% of the frame here, both sides correct. That's nice. But can you see the compression difference?
There's no difference.
There's definitely a difference. Based on everything in the background. Based on everything in the background, there's definitely a difference. And now my argument is...
Again, compare the left side of the bricks on both sides. The left side of the bricks is exactly the same on both sides.
No, it's not. Now, my argument is...
Everyone can see it.
My argument is, the further away you go, the more of the distortion you will have. So, do you have two of those two... do you have the camera with you?
It's not my camera. This is from Dave McKeegan.
Oh, Dave McKeegan did this. So Dave McKeegan.
Yeah. The photographer.
Okay,
the photographer that disagrees with what you're saying.
Great. So Dave McKeegan, would you please do this with a further observation, please? Maybe do a 10 meter or 60 meter. Doesn't matter. On exactly the same.
At what point does the distortion start happening?
I can already see a distortion, and I'm going to point out some. Sorry.
There's no distortion there. They're exactly the same.
Then you're just blind. I got no other words to say to you because I literally drew lines on screen.
Compare the bricks on the left side of both the images to each other. They're exactly the same. In fact, you can overlay them and flick them between, and you will see how exactly the same they are.
Sorry, this is taken on an exactly on a
tripod. Nothing's changed.
Great, nothing's changed, and yet you can clearly see the larger focal length appears to make it look lower than what it appears to have the smaller focal length.
Look lower. They look exactly the same.
Then you should get your glasses checked, mate.
You keep saying it looks lower, but it really, really doesn't. Even people in your chat disagree with you.
No, they agree with me. They're even saying you're blind. If you don't even read that, then yeah.
All right. So take the images, put them on top of each other, and then flick back and forward, and you will see. You can fade one out, and they're exactly the same. The proportions of everything are exactly the same. The 3 dots in the window are exactly the same. The amount of the car compared to the thing behind it is exactly the same. The position of the bricks is exactly the same. The position of the table is exactly the same. It's all exactly the same. And none of this, Flatzoid, debunks my point about Dazza the cameraman, because Dazza the cameraman did not change his focal length. All he did was zoom in.
Look at that. Oh, what the hell's going on there?
Have you overlaid it exactly? How do you know?
I overlaid it exactly in line with the one next to it. Something's happening. I wonder.
Have you lined up any of it?
Yes, it's lined up exactly correct there. Must I draw a line now?
Have you lined up any part of the image with any of the rest of it?
I've aligned this. This is the same focal length picture. They're lined up 100% with each other.
Yeah. As in, have you compared one picture to the other and lined them up to fade one out to the other, so to make sure that one part of the picture of each of them is exactly the same,
dude.
And yeah, I know that zooming in is a change in focal length, but he didn't change the camera. He just zoomed in.
Yeah, just the lens. Correct, just the lens. That's my argument. So you can see I've aligned it up perfectly. The line is exactly the same there, Craig. Correct?
Again, you need to do it with the actual pictures,
yes, it's the actual picture. Now I'm going to take the picture away again. Placing the picture.
Give me a sec to explain what I mean.
Taking it away, putting it back.
Yeah. So give me a sec to explain what I mean. Right. What you need to do is to take one picture and make sure that part of that picture is lined up with the picture underneath it by fading it in and out, and then compare the rest of it, not by comparing it to the image next to it, because there's no guarantee you have got it overlaid properly.
Okay, then.
The fact is,
How about you do it then?
The fact is, the person that you said proved your point said that he doesn't, so you can't use his words when he disagrees with what you said.
I'm sorry, I don't...
And it shows with that picture that I've given you that a change in focal length doesn't make such a large difference as that you've shown. There's no difference between those pictures.
Okay, again, he even said there's no compression when he did that, and yet we are able to show the compression. Why is that?
You said there's no compression.
Really?
I said there's no compression.
That same guy from that you're saying doesn't agree with me.
Where did he say there's no compression?
In the video itself, when he actually does the video, he says there's no compression. It's just a myth.
Right, so you're disagreeing with the video altogether. So are you using evidence or not?
I'm disagreeing about the compression, because when you do the analysis, there's definitely compression.
So your own video, your own analysis of his video is that it doesn't show what he's claiming, which dismisses any way you could use that as evidence anyway. And like I've said, none of this debunks...
No,
wait, hold on.
Him doing
none
a
of
demonstration... Wait.
The point that I brought up.
Him doing a demonstration, mate, doesn't debunk my argument. Him doing a demonstration and showing that his analysis of his own video is wrong doesn't debunk my argument. He demonstrated my argument and invalidated his own argument when he claimed there was no compression.
He disagrees with he's the photographer.
He disagrees with me because
either you're
I'm
using
a flat earther.
His evidence or you're not.
Sorry. He disagreed with me because I'm a flat earther. So if you're so sure about this, Dave McKeegan, you can do this as well. Go do exactly what he did. Go replicate with different focal lengths with at least a considerable amount of distance. And you can even see with this close by, it doesn't line up 100%. It has compression.
So again, none of this actually debunks any of my point about how there was no change. No, because my point was that there is no change when you zoom in. The boat, you don't bring them back bottom first. And the video that you showed didn't show a boat coming back bottom first. It showed the entire thing appearing all together, not bottom first.
It's bottom up.
So it really wasn't. It appeared the entire thing at once because it was a really poor camera. Gaza, the cameraman, showed with a boat over the horizon that no zooming changes what you show. And now, so we've had our 20-minute discussion about it. So this would be your time to give your 10-minute presentation, and then I'll give it a rebuttal to that.
That is my presentation. Like I said, I wanted to bring it...
Even if it's something you've said already, it doesn't matter. This is your time now for 10 minutes, because that was the format we agreed. I will shut up, and you've got 10 minutes to give whatever evidence you like of the Earth being flat.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's share screen. Share. Okay, you can see my screen. Okay, thank you. So this was exactly what I'm saying. This is where he said there is no compression. You can clearly see compression based on the focal length, so we're still rebutting the same argument. The focal length, especially with a larger, further distance, gives more compression. Therefore, the guy claiming that there is no compression was wrong. Simple as that. Remember, he was focusing on perspective based on the crop of Shiana being 75% of the frame relative to the church, not noticing everything else behind her. Now his excuse is this flat earther that has shown me wrong has a whole bunch of globe trolls trolling him to ask, were you at the same elevation? Were you at the same distance? Where he clearly was. We even see him even saying this and showing this. He even says it. If you don't believe me, let's watch it.
Just changing his focal length. He's going to change it to 20, I think a 20 mil or 25 mil.
12 mil.
Exactly the same distance, same elevation, everything.
Yeah. This is a short.
Now let's watch.
Yeah.
Now listen to what he says, guys.
Okay, there we go. Back to the same spot. See, he's just changed the lens.
There's no audio coming through.
No audio coming through. Why? Everybody on my side can hear me. Should I stop sharing and share again?
No, it's probably because the mic that you're using through on Zoom.
I've got the same mic I'm always using.
Just put up captions or something, and we'll read what he said.
Okay. Captions. There we go.
This is where I took the same shot at 200 millimeters. So I'm just going to.
This is where I took the same shot at 200 millimeters. So now I'm just going to
replicate that again.
Replicate that again. Notice how he's sitting on exactly the same spot. His arm is on his knee exactly the same as he did when he used the 200 mil. So him claiming that he couldn't get it right, he actually lied because he's sick of getting globe trolled. Yeah. So again, Dave McKeegan, if you want to replicate this, by all means, go. Take it at a further distance, because even your close distance showed it does have compression. Notice he doesn't believe there's compression, guys. Replicate it again, guys. Exactly the same height, same spot. Yeah, so, and let's move on to where we actually show the picture. There we go. Now this is exactly the same, and like I said, where we did the analysis, you can clearly see the mountain, just based on the focal length, has gone below the grass. Even her knees have changed. Look at the compression just by her alone. Look how thin she is here compared to there. She's more fuller compared to there, correct? Yeah, you can see through her arms. There you can't see through them. Everything has changed in proportion. This is very, very simple of me demonstrating that you globers, just because we flat earthers showing, listen here, what you're demonstrating is not what you claim, is wrong. Because we're a flat earther, we're wrong. So yeah, I'm calling out that guy because he says, oh, he's just a stupid flat earther. I'm calling him out and saying, dude, you proved yourself wrong. There's compression in this image. You can see it clearly with everything. We did actual analysis on this photo, and you can do it yourself. Dave McKeegan can go out and do this too. Do it at a further distances and you'll see much more of an effect. This is my claim. This is demonstratable, repeatable. And this is my presentation. I don't need to go on more, because just this alone shows that it is optical and not physical curve. Thank you.
I mean, you've still got like 7 minutes left.
I don't need more.
Are you sure so far the only thing you've presented is evidence where someone that made the evidence says that it's not what you says? Are you sure you don't want to give any evidence of the Earth being flat?
I did give evidence that the Earth is flat.
This is just maybe evidence about cameras.
No. This shows without a doubt
evidence of the Earth being flat. That's all. You've still got 7 minutes to give evidence of the Earth being flat. This is nothing.
Why are you doing McToon on me? Why are you talking over me?
No, I'm not. I'm just wondering if you're sure.
I just want to know.
Evidence.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, why are they saying they can't hear me in your video for some reason in your stream? And secondly, this proves the reason we see what we see is based it being optical, which means it's a flat Earth. You guys hijacking optical observations and calling it physical curve means it's not a globe, which means it's flat Earth. That's the opposite. I can do a whole bunch more by saying we measure everything based on Euclidean geometry, which makes it flat too, but I want to concentrate now on the optical effects based on reality, and that we can demonstrate it on small scale. That's my argument at the moment. Can you wait 2 seconds? I can just go to the bathroom quickly.
Yeah. Everyone in my stuff, they can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, Toon, I was about to say that word. So his entire evidence of the Earth being flat is this picture shows something that the person that took the picture says it doesn't show, and therefore optics show this, so the Earth is flat, which is, literally a non sequitur fallacy. That's it. Guys, this was his entire evidence of the Earth being flat. This picture.
Yeah, because I don't need more than that. That's why.
So, are you aware of what a non sequitur fallacy is?
Yeah, but this isn't a non sequitur.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so,
how is this a non sequitur, mate?
So, optical, therefore flat Earth, is a perfect example of a non sequitur.
No. Do you know what a non sequitur is?
Yeah. What you just did was give evidence for something else and claim it as evidence for something that it's not. You literally used a non sequitur to claim that the Earth is flat. You gave no evidence that the Earth is flat, and what you've claimed as evidence, the person that made that says that no, they're wrong. It's not. I wasn't at the same height. All you've got as evidence he was at the same height is that it looks about the same. That's it. That is not evidence of the Earth being flat. It is literally a non sequitur.
Okay, no, it's not a non sequitur, because my argument is the reason we see the way we do is because it's all optical. So therefore it's flat, because you claiming it to be physical is impossible, because it can only be optical. So it's not a non sequitur, it's a direct observation and demonstration based on a flat reality. And just because the guy is getting crazy trolled by Globers who can't accept that the guy replicated his position, he has to say, oh, that crazy flat earther is wrong.
I mean, do you have any evidence that he perfectly replicated the position, like measurements?
Go watch his video. Go watch his video.
Well, again, looking at something, is there any measurements that you made of the video to confirm he was in exactly the same position? Or is it, again, something you're just saying?
Okay, did he tell us this is exactly the same spot and he's going to replicate it, and he literally goes down on his knee just like he did with the 200 mil?
Yeah, again, is there any measurements to confirm he was exact? Did he personally take any measurements to confirm exactly that he was in exactly the same place with the camera in exactly the same position every time? No, he didn't. As he said, every shot was handheld. He set up every shot, moved, and then went back to it. There is no way to claim that every shot the camera was 100% in exactly the same position. That is you making a claim with zero evidence to back it up.
Then I'm going to ask
you.
It's
not a claim that supports the flat Earth.
Great. So when we look out to boats on the horizon, for instance, is it usually at different elevations, different heights, usually handheld? And if you do have a tripod, for instance, you're taking a video and it shows differences?
Well, the ship's bridge doesn't tend to be at different heights, no.
So
let's say we're at sea state 0, which is the time when measurements, when you would actually at sea state 0 or 1, maybe 2, you'd be able to use how far away you're seeing the mast, how much of the mast you're seeing as a rough indication of how far away a vessel is. Obviously, that becomes less effective when there's waves, but when you are at the same height above sea level, which you will always be if you're in the bridge of a ship and it's sea state 0, then seeing a mast at a particular distance is going to be something that is particularly consistent. And again, it's something that I have personally witnessed myself, and is actually part of naval training to determine roughly how far away a ship is based on how much of it you can see.
Nice. Okay, so your claim for Earth curve is about 3 miles away from a 1 foot of observer height, correct?
Is what, sorry?
Your claim, based on your radius?
Physically, it's about 3 miles away when you're about 6 foot tall.
Great. So then, can you see this Earth curve at 3 miles away?
You can see the effect of Earth curve, yeah.
But we see further than 3 miles, correct?
Depending on refractive conditions, that's what we expect to see, because you have to have a physical thing for refraction to take effect, of course.
So refraction's always present, correct?
Refraction exists whenever we're looking for a medium of varying density, yes.
Okay, so can you tell me whenever they measured the geometry then?
Whenever they've measured the geometry, well, we know how refraction works and we can quantify it, and then we can account for that.
So then they haven't measured.
You also go to space and measure it.
Sorry. So they've never measured the radius. Then this Earth curve you claim at 3 miles away. They calculated.
Yes, the radius of the Earth has been measured. Absolutely, yes.
Can you tell me how they measured it? If there's always refraction.
Using surveying methods that take refraction into account.
Great, and surveying method uses optical instrumentation. So uses refraction.
Yeah, so we look at things. Yes, that's how we make
Okay, great. So
use the correct tools, yeah.
so can you tell me, is that a measurement or is it a calculation?
It's a measurement.
No, you claiming you're measuring a geometric horizon.
All measurements
Is refraction geometric?
Is that question has no answer because it makes no sense. They were
It
simply
does make
words
sense because you're claiming they measured a geometric horizon using surveying.
I never said they measured a geometric horizon. Surveyors don't use horizon to measure.
But that's what I asked. Where did they measure a geometric horizon? You said surveying tools.
Well, you asked where do they measure the radius of the Earth?
They don't measure the radius of the Earth.
Surveyors don't measure the horizon, and in general, we don't use the horizon to measure the radius of the Earth. It can be used to make a rough estimation, but it's not a way that we would nowadays measure the radius of the Earth.
So, can you show me how surveyors measure the radius of Earth, please?
Well, you can just go and have a look at the paper on mc2.net/r, the Transcontinental Triangulation of the American Arc of the Parallel, which explains the entire process.
Transcontinental, so horizontal baselines of 4,000 kilometers. Well done.
No, everything you said there was
horizontal baselines. We've been through this before.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's curved. The conclusion of that survey was that the Earth was curved with a radius of roughly.
No, 4,000 of horizontal linking baselines. Horizontal datums.
The survey, that's nice to know that every bit of evidence you use is something that disagrees with you, and you make your own conclusion about it.
Sorry, does horizontal curve?
I'm still stuck on the fact that your entire evidence of the Earth being flat was a non sequitur.
Does
zero evidence of the Earth being flat?
You really don't know what a non sequitur is, mate. Anyway, again, so you claiming transcontinental.
We ask ChatGPT as a non sequitur and see what it says.
Go ahead. You asking you claiming that a horizontal baseline measurements that reaches 4,000 kilometers means Earth curve. Do you know what horizontal means?
Making things up for yourself now.
Should I bring it up and show that it says horizontal?
I mean, no flat earther I've spoken to really knows what horizontal means.
I know what horizontal means.
What does it mean?
No part higher or lower from one plane to the other. It's a straight line, no curve. That's horizontal.
Is it not a reference to something else? Because I'm pretty sure that's what defines horizontal.
Maybe you should bring up your definition for horizontal then if you don't agree.
Well, a horizontal is a reference to vertical, right?
No, a horizontal is a straight line that's no part horizontal. Higher or lower than the other, has no curve to it.
How do you determine what the straight line is? Straight compared to... Oh, and just to confirm the Transcontinental Triangulation American Arc of the Parallel, on page 901 of that report, they conclude that the equatorial radius of the globe is 6,378 meters.
I think it's this one, yeah. So, I'm going to quickly get up and I want you to tell me something. Let's see, because I had Andrew Johnston on, and he showed us the transcontinental, try to use it as his Earth curve claim while showing it to be horizontal, which is really odd. Something you don't do when showing it has to be curved. If I can bring it.
So just use the AI here. A flat earther said photography focal length proves the flat Earth. Is this a non sequitur? Yes, it's a non sequitur. Focal length in photography relates to the angle of a view and magnification of a lens. It has no bearing on proving the shape of the Earth. The Earth's curvature is confirmed through multiple lines of evidence independent.
Sorry,
so according to
that's not a non sequitur.
What you said is a non sequitur.
Sorry, that's not a non sequitur. ChatGTP is claiming that the Earth is already curved, so therefore any evidence available against it means it's a non sequitur. So ChatGPT doesn't know what a non sequitur is.
No. It said that what you said specifically, talking about focal length, is a non sequitur, not anything against the Earth being a globe.
What was my argument? Was it focal length, or is it shows it's optical?
Well, it's the same thing. All right, okay, let me ask ChatGPT again. He says his argument is it's optical. Is this a non sequitur? Yes, simply stating it's optical without further explanation or evidence is a non sequitur.
Oh, without further explanation. I said
it doesn't logically follow that because something is optical, the Earth is flat. Evidence
Maybe you can't read.
I forgive you. It's okay. Proper evidence and reasoning are required to support such a claim.
Maybe you can't read where it says without any explanation.
Without further explanation or evidence. So if you got any evidence?
I gave evidence and explanation, so really weird.
Zero evidence. It's not non sequitur. I just want to clarify.
So that's all you got. Wait.
Is a non sequitur.
So that's all you got is trying to say it's a non sequitur because you can't debunk the claim.
Well, I did debunk it. The person that took the pictures said you're wrong, and then I showed you a picture of changing focal length that had zero difference.
Sorry, I proved the person saying I'm wrong is wrong by putting it on screen by showing there is compression. The guy clearly says there's no compression.
The guy that took the pictures says that you are wrong about where he took the pictures from. The compression is a separate issue, okay? Your claim is that it was exactly the same position every single time, and that is the pinnacle of your claim. That is the anchor. That is the thing that is holding your claim together. Is that the camera that took those two images is in exactly the same position? But you've got no evidence. It's just. I forgive you. You don't.
Sorry. Did the guy?
I do forgive you.
Did the guy?
I do forgive you for interrupting me. I do forgive you. It's okay.
Did the guy?
I do forgive you. I forgive you. You don't need to keep saying sorry. But again, I'm sorry. I do forgive you. I was still talking. I do forgive you. I do forgive you for interrupting me. You don't need to keep saying sorry.
I was still
let me finish my point, and then you can respond. Yeah, but I hadn't finished when you interrupted. So let me finish my point, and then you can talk. It's absolutely fine. So we're not talking about compression. The claim that you have made is that the camera was in exactly the same position. There is no evidence to that claim apart from the guy trying to replicate the position. The guy never said it was exactly the same position. He said he will try to replicate it. There is no evidence it was exactly the same position. And in fact, the person himself said, no, it's handheld, which means that it wasn't in the same position. So that is the entire pinnacle of your argument, and it is disagreed with. Now, okay. I'm finished. What is your point?
Okay, and then I'm going to ask you, do you agree with everything ChatGPT says?
No.
Great. So then how can you decide?
It's a language model.
Oh, so then how can you decide what ChatGPT says now is correct?
I don't. I just like to ask ChatGPT. I never said that ChatGPT is correct.
So we can then throw away ChatGPT says, therefore it's correct. So why?
I never said that was the case. I never said that. I was just having a bit of fun and saying, "Oh, let's see what ChatGPT says." That wasn't anything to do with my claim. I was just wondering what ChatGPT would say about that particular thing. And ChatGPT, large language model trained on the largest database in the world, disagrees with you that it's not a non sequitur.
So that was a non sequitur.
And I wonder if you ask anyone else if it's a non sequitur, what they would say.
So you using ChatGPT then as a non sequitur. Congratulations.
No, again, I wasn't using a non sequitur. I was just, I knew what it would say. That's not a non sequitur. It's just a, let's have an idea and see what that says. Again, definitely you have no idea what a non sequitur actually is in this case.
Sorry, did ChatGPT give me a reason why it's a non sequitur?
It did explain.
No, it didn't. It just said
But again, the ChatGPT thing was just a little, random side thing. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so ChatGPT is not the thing you should be looking at, correct?
Oh no, ChatGPT is quite often wrong.
Great. So
but again, again, I'm not using that as evidence of anything. I was just like, I wonder what ChatGPT would say. I wonder what ChatGPT would say about that. And then we looked. That was it. Don't take any credence. Don't think too hard about it. It doesn't matter. It was just I wonder what would happen.
Yeah, I agree. Right. So bringing up ChatGPT was just a waste of everybody's time then?
Well, I had fun, so I don't think I wasted my time.
So you just brought up how can I put it? An invalid argument, so therefore it is just a non sequitur because it had nothing to do with the argument. Well done.
No, again, it was just a bit of fun to see what ChatGPT would say. It's not my argument.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not using that as an argument. I'm just like, I wonder what it would say.
So
no, again, that's not definitely not a non sequitur.
So, I want you to tell me how the transcontinental is not a horizontal baseline when it says on screen it's horizontal. I'm just trying to look for where it says that. Where is it? Where is it?
And does it say it uses one horizontal baseline for the entire
Horizontal
thing?
baselines.
So
it's
not
linked.
just not,
So it's
right. So and is it true that one person's horizontal isn't another person's horizontal according to the globe?
No, that's what I asked you. What do you know what horizontal means?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What does horizontal mean?
It's 90 degrees perpendicular to vertical. That's what horizontal means.
So if something's horizontal and you've got horizontal baselines linked to each other, there's no part higher or lower than the other because it's horizontal, correct?
Who said they're linked to each other? Could you
That's
give me a
what the
citation?
transcontinental does. 4,000 kilometers of horizontal
Can you give me a
baselines.
citation that says the horizontal baselines are linked together? Because there's nowhere in the document. I can guarantee you that there is not one place in that document that says the horizontal baselines that they use are linked together. Nowhere in the document does it say that.
Do you know those layout poles that they used edge to edge? They even took into expanding because of the temperature.
They didn't use poles edge to edge. That's not how they did
shows how you didn't really know what the transcontinental is, mate. They used theodolites and
They
poles.
used poles and laid poles next to each other.
Yes, they did. They linked them up. You might want to look up.
Right, could you show me where it says that in the document, please?
Okay. I can show you better yet. I can show you photos.
They laid poles next to each other to determine what the horizontal baselines were.
Okay, first I'm going to share my screen again. And then I want you to look on screen quickly what I'm seeing. What does that say? Horizontal control.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me bring it up because it's not showing yet. All right. Let me zoom in for everyone else.
That's horizontal control, correct?
Horizontal control. Yeah, that's the word horizontal next to the word control. 100%.
Okay. Now I'm gonna bring you photos up where they even.
Gonna bring what up? Sorry.
These are all the linkages of the horizontal baselines.
Could you show me where it says that they're linkages?
I'm getting there. Just relax.
I mean, you're just again saying.
Hold your panties. I know this is difficult. Just get all of them. I was trying to look for the exact point where. Oh, there we go. There we go. What have they got in their hands there? No, what's that in the hands? Do you know what they use that for?
Again, could you please tell me where it says they use these rows, these poles, to link together the horizontal baselines? Because that's your claim. I don't know what those poles were for.
They used it to measure the distance.
I know exactly what those poles were for.
They used it to measure the distances.
The distances of what?
Of the horizontal baselines.
The distances of what? No, they didn't. And was there any point where there was two poles touching each other that were different horizontal baselines with different measurement?
No.
Right, those poles, right? That all they were, the physical rods that were used to measure linear distance between the stations. Nothing to do with separate measurements. It's just so how far?
Now. So they are linked now.
Station.
Well done. Double speaking. Congratulations.
I just said that they're not. I just said they're not
you just
linked.
did. They were linked. That's the words that just came out your mouth.
No, I did not say that. I think you're hallucinating.
Wow, Craig.
Are you hallucinating? Because I just said exactly the opposite.
This
to
is
that.
live,
Again,
mate. You literally just said they linked.
Again, I didn't say they linked. I did not say that. I think you are hallucinating.
Okay.
Now, listen again. I will try and say it again. All right. Please listen and don't make up things that I'm saying in your head. These were used to measure the physical distance between the measuring stations that they used to get the optical measurements, right? They used these rods to measure the physical distance between those. The rods were never linked together between two separate measurements, ever. They never did that. And this wasn't even done all of the time. This was literally done just a few times when it was quite hard to measure with other means. That's it. They did not use big poles as horizontal baselines to make the measurements. It's simply incorrect.
So they used horizontal poles that needed to be perfectly horizontal, correct? To get distances between stations.
Not different measurements between stations.
Sorry, they used these horizontal poles that had to be perfectly horizontal at such a...
They did it to verify that the angular measurements were correct. That's it. You can have a pole, again, and this is just what you can have a horizontal line, and then that horizontal line will not be, exactly parallel to another horizontal line. That's a different measurement down the road. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, they had to stop saying sorry. You don't need to apologise. You really don't need to keep apologising, and you don't need to say sorry as a gaslighting way of interrupting me while still trying to seem polite. I was in the middle of talking, and you have interrupted me way more than I have interrupted you. So please let me finish my point before you say sorry and try and cut me off by saying something silly. Now, again, these were in the stations, which were individual measurements, not different measurements. So this one measurement had a horizontal baseline, and then there would be another measurement that had a different horizontal baselines, and those horizontal baselines were not parallel in any way. And the entire survey only used this method 10 times out of all of the stations they did, and they only did it at the times where it was hard to measure it by other ways. Yes, it had to be straight between those stations because those stations were a horizontal baseline between them, but that horizontal baseline would not be parallel to a horizontal baseline between two other stations conducting a different measurement. Therefore, the Earth could not be flat. And as page 901 of that document determines, the equatorial radius of the Earth is They determined 6,378 meters.
Sorry.
So again, not once did I say that they link up.
What's a
you
radius?
made that up.
What's a radius, Craig?
What's a radius?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You want me to answer the question? What is a radius?
Yeah.
It's half of the diameter.
It's a straight line.
To the center of the Earth, yeah.
Equatorial radius. So it's an equatorial plane measured horizontal.
No.
6,000 kilometers.
So we've got an equatorial radius, but we've also got a polar radius. They're different, right?
Sorry, you said equatorial radius
you
of 6,000 kilometers. You said an
6,378 kilometers. Yes, an equatorial radius, as in the radius around the equator. Every point at the equator is 6,378 meters from the center of the Earth.
Horizontal, well done. An equatorial plane is a two-dimensional horizontal plane, so no curve.
Yeah, you can have a cross-section of the Earth. The cross-section of the Earth is a 2D plane, yes.
So
but,
a straight
Earth,
line.
The radius goes around, you get pi r squared and you get the circumference. The radius is measured from the outside of the Earth to the center of the Earth.
So a straight line.
You have an issue with what radius is. Yes, a straight line to the center of the Earth. Absolutely brilliant.
Not curved then. Sorry. So not curved then.
No, a radius isn't curved. Radiuses aren't curved. You're 100% correct. The radiuses are not curved.
So 6,000 kilometers of straight, horizontal, equatorial plane measurements. Well done,
radius
Craig. You've
horizontal.
debunked.
A radius horizontal. Why are you making things up?
You literally threw your...
Do you not know what... Right,
you just
answer me this question.
What's
the difference between... you're making things up in your head again. Very clever of you. So again, why is there a difference between the equatorial and the polar radius? The equatorial radius being 6,378 and the polar radius being 6,356. Why are they different?
You go tell me, Craig.
Well, how could you have two different radius?
Yeah, how can you have two different radius? Because a radius is a straight line.
From where? The radius is a radius on the surface of the Earth.
A radius is in a two-dimensional plane. Craig.
Is a radius? Oh, so are you saying a sphere can't have a radius?
Sorry, do you take measurements from the center of Earth?
Can a sphere? Right? Can a sphere have a radius? Yes or no?
Yes, but you don't live inside a sphere.
There we go. Well, we do according to all of measurements.
Oh, so you go to the center of Earth to make measurements?
We can know we know what the radius of Earth is. We know where the center of the Earth is.
Sorry,
you once again
measured this radius, correct?
I haven't measured the radius. I verified it.
Sorry, you claimed it's a measured radius of 6,000 kilometers.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So you
I
went
didn't
to
say
the,
I'd measured it.
so they went to the center of Earth to do this measurement, Craig?
Yes, they did. They got a big machine. They dug to the center of the Earth. They made a documentary about it in 2001. Unfortunately, the craft had a catastrophic failure and someone in the back died. They did find a big void. Oh, wait, that was a movie.
So
My bad.
So it's not measured then, it's calculated.
No, it's absolutely measured. I know you don't know the difference between the
So they went to
measurement.
the
That's fine.
center of Earth to
Yes,
do this
they went to the
measurement.
center of the Earth. Absolutely. Yeah, correct. That's how they did it.
Wow.
Did you know that when Superman went to the center of the Earth to try and start the rotation again, that his eye beams were useless because the center of the Earth was hotter than the lasers coming from his eyes? Crazy.
So again, I'm going to ask you, because you're just being
You can ask
sarcastic
the same
now, saying
question,
it's
and
measurement.
I will respond, asked and answered.
So I'm going to ask again a question I asked a little while back. What is horizontal, Craig?
90 degrees perpendicular to vertical.
So if the equatorial plane has the same radius plane, 6,000 kilometers.
The equatorial plane has the same radius plane. Again, those were words. They did not make a coherent sentence.
Equatorial plane is a two-dimensional circle.
Yeah, but what you said in that order made no
And
sense.
the radius, giving that circumference of that two-dimensional plane, is horizontal.
Radiuses are not horizontal. No.
On a two-dimensional plane, it is.
No, radius is not horizontal on Earth. Horizontal to what? Again,
You said
horizontal
equatorial plane.
Yeah, so when you're saying it's horizontal, what are you comparing it to? Horizontal compared to what?
You said the center of Earth is measured.
Again, when you say a horizontal plane, compared to what? What do you mean?
What do you mean compared to what? You made the claim that it's
Well,
measured.
horizontal is a reference to
No,
something else.
no,
So
I'm
if
not
horizontal
allowed
is
to
a
talk.
reference of 90 degrees to vertical, right?
So I'm not allowed to talk.
when you say
I'm still talking,
the
Craig.
radius is horizontal,
I was still
I'm
talking.
trying to clarify my question.
I was still talking. So you can give me.
You
the-
asked me a question.
No, I was.
and I
no.
answered.
You were talking over me.
Then you asked me a question.
No,
and then I was answering.
no. You were talking over me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
again.
No, you asked me the
So
question.
again, you claimed a 6,000 kilometer horizontal radius measurement, which requires you to get to the
Compared to what?
center of Earth. How did you?
Again,
how
horizontal
did they
compared to
get?
what?
How did they get to the center of Earth to do this measurement, Craig?
Again, horizontal compared to what? You have to clarify what you mean by that statement. Horizontal compared to what?
Equatorial.
Horizontal compared to equatorial. That again doesn't make any sense. Horizontal, 90 degrees
Sure.
to vertical.
Great.
Right?
Okay. So
Where is the
would
vertical in? What
so
are you talking
on your
about?
globe in an equatorial plane, would the vertical be the same right through that plane?
I'm asking you to clarify what you mean.
I am.
Where is the vertical?
would you have
Don't
this-
clarify by asking me questions. Just clarify by telling me.
Okay.
Where is the vertical in what you are talking about?
I'm going to draw it on screen for you and paint. How's that sound?
Well, that'd be good. Crayons, I know.
Let's teach you some geometry, mate.
Hilarious.
Yeah, yes, hilarious. There we go. This would be a circle, a two-dimensional plane. Let's imagine we're looking at from above. You would agree with that?
Okay.
Now, the center of the Earth to outward, that would be a radius.
Yeah.
Great. Is that horizontal?
Compared to what?
To vertical.
There's no reference that I can compare that to say it's horizontal.
Yeah, to vertical.
Where's vertical?
Okay, let's put vertical up here. There's your vertical.
Why is that vertical? That's just, again, along a 2D plane.
Sorry, that's how horizontal. You said horizontal is in reference to vertical, so I've put the vertical.
Yeah, but what
Now-
you've done
now
there
I'm
is
gonna ask you again.
two things that are parallel to each other, so they can't be vertical. One, there's no 90 degrees. Both of those are on the same plane.
Horizontal can
None
only
of, them
be.
are, none of them are pointing upwards, which is what a vertical is. Where's up in this example?
Maybe I should do it like this. Up.
So up is the same on both of those.
Sorry, that's horizontal. That is vertical.
But So which way is up compared to, because they're both on the same plane, so they can't be one vertical, one horizontal.
Okay, then let's do it this way. Let's take away the 2 dimensions looking from the flat. Let's say this is your sphere now. Now we have an equatorial plane in the middle. That's your equatorial plane, cutting the globe in half, correct?
Go on.
Now, should I put a vertical for you? Okay, there's your vertical. There's your horizontal. Now, would you have the same vertical right through this plane?
Oh, so wait, that's different to what you drew just now.
No. This is the same. This is not just done in
No, it's not, because now you're drawing a line upwards, whereas before both your lines were on that plane.
I was just trying to explain to you in 2 dimensions. Now I'm trying to explain to you based on your globe.
You know that 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions are different, and you can't compare.
Yeah, okay. Now we're looking at through your sphere here. This vertical, you would agree this is the vertical. That's vertical, Craig.
It's a vertical at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is horizontal.
Okay, go on.
Great. Now what happens, does this horizontal line have the same vertical from point A to point B?
No.
No.
No, the vertical on Earth would be different.
Sorry. This is the middle of your Earth. This is the center of your Earth. Why would it have a different vertical?
Is different for every bit. So
sorry.
That vertical. Let's assume that right at the top there is the North Pole, right? Let's make that assumption that right at the top is the North Pole. So that, what you've drawn, would be vertical for the North Pole. There'd be no other vertical there. The only other vertical that would be the same as that would be at the South Pole.
False.
All the other verticals would be different.
Sorry. I mean,
Let's just clarify something, bud, right? I forgive you. You don't need to keep apologizing.
We at the center.
I fully forgive you.
We at the center. We are at the center of Earth, would be hell now, okay? In your sphere belief. There's a vertical.
It would be what, sorry?
And a horizontal plane. This horizontal plane here, I don't know how honest to explain. This horizontal plane, you're claiming is a horizontal plane measurement of 6,000 kilometers. Well, over 6,000 kilometers. That's what you explained.
I never said that a horizontal plane was 6,000 kilometers. That's just something that you made up in your head.
That's called an equatorial plane. An equatorial plane is a horizontal plane. Did you not know that?
Yeah, it reference to the North Pole. Yeah.
Okay, so you would agree.
No, it's not horizontal compared to anywhere else apart from the exact places that are 90 degrees vertical to it.
So then you can't claim a radius then, because a radius.
Yeah, I can, because of radius.
A radius is a straight line.
Yeah, and you can have a straight line from the surface of the Earth to the center of the Earth.
Okay,
There's no problem there.
So we're in the center of Earth now.
Right, Flatzoid, what you do is just look at
why are you talking over me?
This will explain it.
We got the vertical based from your South Pole, and it's on a horizontal equatorial plane.
Yeah.
That has a radius measurement of
correct. It does have radius measurement.
6,000 kilometers.
Well done. Correct.
Straight line.
Yes, a straight line from the Earth to the center of the Earth.
All the verticals.
Right.
No matter where you are.
Again, no, you've just drawn something that's not vertical.
Nowhere else.
Because
no matter
vertical
where you
compared to Earth's
are.
gravity.
Why are you talking of me?
No, again,
no
no.
matter where you are on that horizontal.
Let me tell you why you're wrong, bud.
Sorry, stop.
Tell you exactly why you're wrong.
Stop talking of me. I'm still talking.
Vertical is perpendicular to the local pull of gravity.
Craig, I'm still talking.
All right, sorry. Carry on.
So
exactly why you're wrong.
A horizontal radius line will always have the same vertical, no matter, always from point A to point B.
Can you give me a citation for that? Or are you just making it up?
Yeah, horizontal. Go look at the definition of horizontal.
Yeah, but can you give me a citation that says on Earth all the horizontals will be exactly the same?
Equatorial plane, yes.
But all the verticals will be exactly the same.
What's an equatorial plane?
Right. So here's the problem. Here's why you're wrong, right? Is because vertical is decided by gravity on Earth. Vertical is just whatever the local pull of gravity is. That's what decides what vertical is on Earth.
So then the radius is horizontal.
Let me finish. At the North Pole there with the big black one, right? That will be vertical to the pull of gravity, to the center of Earth, right? But every red line you've there will not be vertical to the center of Earth based on the pull of gravity. Every red line you've drawn there would be leaning up, because gravity doesn't work like that. You would have to draw a line from the center outwards to every point.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you again.
Get a vertical. And once you turn the Earth, if you were to rotate the Earth, a different vertical would be at the top as you rotated it on that image. So what you did was you strawmanned what we say a vertical is to come up with your own version. Now, what I would like you to do, I showed everyone your screen there. So I would like you on your stream to show everybody my screen, which actually shows, according to surveyors and people that actually do this, what horizontal means in reference to the Earth. Are you showing it to your stream?
Sorry. I just want to. I'm still making my point now. What is?
Oh no, it's my turn now. We showed yours. And
are you running away? Are you running away?
I'm trying to respond. I'm not running away. I'm here. I'm asking you to show your stream what I'm showing to my stream.
We're still talking about it. Can we finish now? We're still talking about an equatorial plane. Oh, so you're not showing your
and I'm trying to explain it to you. So if you could show my screen to your stream.
So are you not showing your audience what I'm showing this whole time?
No, I just turned off what you showed to show my stuff. So if you
know why he did that? People on Craig's stream,
I'll put it back.
You know why he did that?
Right, Flatzoid, it's back, so you can't say anything. But after this, you can show my screen, okay?
We'll show you a screen afterwards. Now.
Okay, right. Carry on.
You see that equatorial plane, the equator?
Yes. Yeah.
Is there any curve there whatsoever?
Why would there be a curve on a plane? It wouldn't be a plane then.
Great. So it's got the same vertical.
No, vertical is compared to the pull of gravity.
Again, I'm going to explain this to you like I'm probably a child. You have a radius measurement from the center to the edge of that circumference of 6,000 kilometers. That is a horizontal line.
Yeah, and the only point it is horizontal to is the north and south poles. It's not horizontal to anything else.
No, that's vertical.
No, the verticals are the north and south pole.
Great.
The only place it's horizontal compared to is the north and south pole. It is not horizontal compared to 45 degrees latitude. It is not horizontal compared to 62 degrees latitude. It is not horizontal compared to 109 degrees latitude. It is only horizontal compared to north and south pole, right?
But now, that doesn't make sense, though.
As you agreed, you can now show my screen.
We're going to. I just want to ask you first.
My time. I put mine up now.
I'm going to put yours.
Show mine like you agreed to.
I'm gonna put yours up, but
you agreed. Show mine. Do as you agreed, Flatzoid.
I'm going to, but I first want to ask quickly.
No, right now, because it's my turn to explain.
I'm still making my point.
You my screen after we showed yours. We showed yours, and it's time to turn mine on. Why are you scared to show my screen to your stream?
How do you put this nonsense on?
Why are you scared to show my screen to your stream, mate?
You think I don't know about reciprocal zenith angles, mate?
Why are you scared to show my screen to your stream?
It's on screen to everybody. It has been the whole time.
Right, here we go.
Corner.
So, as we can see here, the level surface is the surface of the Earth, that curved thing. The horizontal line and horizontal plane is only a horizontal plane compared to that vertical line on the left. That horizontal plane would not be a horizontal plane compared to that vertical line on the right. It is very simple. It's as simple as that.
Okay. You're still so dumb. You're not getting what's on screen. I'm going to share my screen again. We're going to try this again. Craig?
This is brilliant.
Okay.
Please, you realise that, Flatzoid, you do realise that the only reason I asked you for this debate was for your episode of Flirts to Idiots, right?
Great. What's on screen right now? We got the equatorial plane. You are claiming... Let's put this
and
together.
Where's the equatorial plane in reference to my...
Sorry. Where is the radius on your sphere here? Where is the radius?
It would be that vertical line.
No, that's a vertical line. The radius would be based on the center.
That vertical line would be the radius.
Okay, but
the
radius
will always be a vertical line.
So is the equatorial plane not a radius anymore?
No, a plane isn't a radius, no.
Yes, it is.
No, a plane is not a radius.
An equatorial plane...
and a radius is a radius.
Equatorial plane on your globe has a radius. It's a horizontal.
Yeah, an equatorial plane has a radius, it is not a radius.
Okay,
They are different things.
What's a radius on an equatorial plane? Is it vertical or horizontal?
Half of the diameter.
So it's horizontal then?
No, the radius is always vertical compared to Earth.
No, a radius
Yes.
is
The
horizontal.
radius of Earth is always vertical compared to Earth.
Does a radius
Why
follow...
aren't you showing my
Wait.
Why aren't you showing my diagram anymore? Why are you scared to show my diagram?
Because I'm showing everybody on screen why I'm
Oh
explaining.
no, wait, we had
diagram.
yours. My diagram, please. Come on.
Oh, running away again. Now again, Craig.
No, you're the one that's running away from my diagram. Why are you scared to show what I've got on my screen?
You know these tactics aren't going to get me triggered and leaving. You saw how bad it went.
I'm not trying to get you triggered. I'm genuinely wondering why you're scared to show my screen. Your screen.
Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you again. If you can keep quiet more than 2 seconds, will that be fine?
So what you're doing is you're not showing my screen.
If you would,
is that right?
No, because I have to explain to you why your non sequitur that has nothing to do with
again. That's not a non sequitur in the slightest.
That is.
It's
it is a non sequitur.
How is showing you what a vertical line is a non sequitur when that's what the discussion has become?
I'm going to show you again.
You're just using words that you've heard when you don't know what they mean.
Your non sequitur because it has got nothing to do with an equatorial plane.
Of course it does. That horizontal plane will be parallel, the one that I'm showing, the horizontal plane will be parallel to, let's say, the equatorial plane, if we assume that vertical line points to the North Pole.
Okay, now I'm going to explain this. Will you keep quiet?
Oh, but again, you're not showing my screen. I forgot.
Everybody saw it. Okay, so will you keep quiet for two minutes that I can explain to you?
I will give you 2 minutes to say something stupid because I am trying to get the best voice clips. So make sure you're very eloquent and you enunciate every word for me, chat.
Okay. So everybody in chat, everybody can see that Craig doesn't understand what an equatorial plane is or a radius. Based on your globe, this is an equatorial plane, the horizontal, because it cuts your Earth in half. You have to have the radius from the center of Earth, which requires your vertical and your horizontal to be parallel to one another, perpendicular to one another. Okay? So, that means if you claim it to be 6,000 kilometers measurement, equatorial plane, that 6,000 kilometers is on the horizontal plane. Means no part higher or lower than the other on that horizontal plane. So that requires this vertical stays the same vertical from point A to point B. You can laugh about it all you want. You know why this is?
Have you got a citation for that?
I'm still not finished. You know why you wouldn't be able to claim 6,000 kilometers of a radius if you want to do what you claimed on screen? Because you would have to stay at the center and stick it out like that.
Oh, look, that's a different vertical. Well done. You've just drawn a different vertical. That's a vertical.
Wait.
Well done. That's like a 45. That's like 45 degree latitude.
Is that horizontal?
Now draw a horizontal.
Why are you talking over me?
That red line.
Why are you talking over me?
I'm just asking if you can. The diagram you've got up.
Is that horizontal? Is that horizontal still perpendicular to that vertical, Craig?
No, that's what I was going to ask you. Could you now draw a horizontal in reference to that red line, please?
You can't, because that's not vertical.
Can. Well, it is compared to the center of the Earth. Because that's how gravity works. Again, gravity is what determines what is vertical on Earth.
So you don't get that if you're claiming a measurement.
You do know that you're confusing horizontal and north, right?
Okay. Based on your globe, is Australia, for instance, or Europe in your equator?
No.
So, okay, let's say Europe is here on your globe, Australia is here on your globe. Now, you got the equator, aka your equatorial plane. You got a horizontal measurement, radius measurement of 6,000 kilometers.
Yes.
And a horizontal always has to be perpendicular to
a vertical.
Great. Okay, so now we've drawn.
And the vertical is the one in the middle. Yeah, there's only one vertical. There's not multiple verticals.
Great. So now I'm going to do this again. Let's
So
draw.
let's be clear. The equatorial plane is only horizontal in reference to the North and South Pole.
So now I'm going to ask you again.
That's it.
So I've made now a new so-called vertical based on your idiotic
Yep.
claim, Craig. Going to Australia now.
No, how it works. Yeah. Now draw horizontal compared to that.
So now that vertical that you claim, is it perpendicular to the equatorial plane that has the 6,000 kilometer measurement?
No, it's not, because no one says it should be. That again, the equatorial plane is only horizontal in reference to the North and South Pole. It's not horizontal compared to anywhere else. You are proving my point.
No, dude. You just literally showed 6,000 kilometers of horizontal measurement.
Compared to the
Welcome
North and
Flat
South Pole, that's it. Compared to the North Pole, that's it. But there's other verticals.
Are there other
So
verticals?
what I'm going to do,
Okay.
I've got about another half an hour, right? I'm going to go to pink now, all right? And you're going to put my screen up.
Wait, I just want to finish this quickly.
You're done now. You're done.
Wait, no,
Come on,
no, we're
my
not
turn.
done. We're not done. I just want to finish this quickly. So
turn.
you've got two different verticals. Where can I place the new vertical if it's not in the middle of the sphere?
No, the vertical always goes towards the middle.
Oh, so then it has to stay the same horizontal to vertical then. So
No. Right, from any point on that circle, draw a line to the middle, and that is a vertical.
but then the equatorial planes are not perpendicular to it, so therefore you can't claim the horizontal.
They are horizontal compared to the North and South Pole. That is it. No one has ever said it is horizontal compared to everywhere else.
So it's
You're
not a
kind of
measurement.
short-manning.
So it's not a measurement of 6,000 kilometers. It's a
Who
calculation.
said it's
then.
in no way does that stop it being a measurement? All right, now put my screen up. All right.
Yes, it does. Okay.
No, it really
Yes,
doesn't.
it does.
Now put my screen
Because
up.
you know why?
Now put my screen up.
You know why it does.
There, come on, put my screen up.
It's already on. But you know why that takes it as a measurement away, Craig? Can I tell you why? While you're drawing.
Say something dumb from my voice clips. Yeah.
Okay. The reason it shows it not a measurement is because nobody can go to the center of Earth to take a measurement, and because you're claiming it has
No one
different
has to go there to make a measurement. That's not how
And-
measurements work.
and because yes, that's exactly. And then because you claim
Can you give me a citation that says you have to go to the place to make a measurement, please?
do you know what a calculation and measurement is? But anyway, we'll get to that now. Do you know
okay, so anyway,
that
I've
you're
got my screen
claiming
up,
my
right,
second
so-
point? My second point, what I was trying to say before you
It's
really
my
interrupted
turn
me
now.
again.
I've got my screen now.
When you claim a different vertical, it's no longer perpendicular. Therefore, it cannot be an equatorial plane measurement of 6,000 kilometers. You literally have shown
know.
you're either very stupid or very dishonest. Well done.
Why? Well, you didn't explain why not. Right. Anyway, so my turn now.
Go ahead.
So let's assume this is the equatorial plane. Okay. Right. Very simple. This line will represent a line going from the north to the south pole. Okay. So we've got the North Pole up here, and we've got the South Pole down here. This equatorial plane, right? We can extend it indefinitely, right? This here is only horizontal compared to this line. That's it. It is not horizontal compared to anywhere else, because Earth, gravity dictates what is up and down. So a vertical on Earth is directly away from the center of Earth. So we've got this horizontal here. I can show other horizontals that match it. You can put a horizontal here, and that is the same. You can put a horizontal over here, and all these horizontals are parallel to each other, and they are horizontal in reference to that line going from north to south. However, because Earth is a globe and gravity pulls towards the center, and that decides what is up and down, it also decides what is vertical. So from any point on the outside of the Earth, we can draw a line to the middle and go through the other side, and that will create a different 2D plane through the Earth that will have its own verticals in reference to it. So we say that this line is now horizontal. We will the red line. If this line is horizontal, then the only line that is vertical compared to that will be a line that goes through the center there.
So
that's it.
So can I ask you a question about this?
I haven't finished. So if we were to draw another horizontal line to this, we could draw it over here, or here, or up here. So these lines are horizontal to this red line going through, but these lines are horizontal to this black line going through. This might blow your mind, Flatzoid, right? But one thing you have to realize is that on Earth, there are infinite verticals.
Great. Now I want to ask you.
That's how it works. Whether you understand it or not, that is how it works.
Craig,
okay?
Craig, what does equatorial mean?
Around the equator.
Great. So tell me again how Australia is on the equator according to you here.
I never said that.
Then
Nice straw man.
so it's not a horizontal measurement of the equatorial plane.
I never said Australia would be a horizontal measurement of the equatorial plane. That makes no sense.
That's what you're drawing on screen now. Or how about Europe?
No, I'm not.
You're claiming it's got a new
Can
vertical.
you
so
show me where on screen
changes.
I claimed that Australia is a horizontal measurement? Could you please point that out to me? Or are you just making things up?
You just said it 10 seconds ago.
Where did I say any? I didn't say Australia once.
Okay, let's do this.
Seriously, are you hallucinating
Did you
things that
claim?
I'm saying?
Did you claim an equatorial measurement of 6,000 kilometers?
The equatorial radius is, over 6,900 something.
Great. So, where's the equatorial plane again?
This black line through the middle.
So it has the same. That whole equatorial plane has the same vertical.
No, it has one vertical. That's it.
So the same vertical.
Because it is only a plane. It is only a horizontal plane in reference to this line going through the middle. It is not a horizontal plane in reference to any other line. There is only one vertical in reference to that horizontal line. That's it.
Okay, so let's say Ecuador. The one line.
Ecuador. Damn, that takes me back to my clubbing days.
So let's say Ecuador is on the one side of your globe in the equator, and let's
where
say
is it?
it's in the middle somewhere. Anyway, let's say you got Ecuador and then you got South America somewhere.
Yeah.
On the other side, okay? Or no,
Right,
that
so
is South America, is
right.
Ecuador, whatever. Let's just say Africa
Well,
and
Ecuador
South
is on the
America.
equator, apparently.
Let's just say
I don't know.
Let's just say South America is the one side and you got ocean the other side of your globe. Would you agree that's a straight? Would you agree that's a straight line, straight through the center of your globe?
Is what a straight line?
From Ecuador on the one side of your equatorial plane, straight to the water, the ocean on the other side of the equatorial plane. It's a straight line going through the center of your Earth, correct? Through the equator.
Okay, so if we assume that South America's here and Ecuador's here, they would be connected by that horizontal line.
So they share the same vertical?
No. There's only one vertical on this horizontal line.
So they share the same vertical?
No, the vertical is here. The vertical
What
for
does
these
share mean?
would be going out here.
What does share
There's
mean?
an infinite number of verticals. The only vertical on this horizontal line is here.
So-
you can be
so-
on that horizontal line and yourself have a different vertical because the vertical for where you are is not compared to that line. It's compared to the center of the Earth.
So South America doesn't have the same horizontal plane as Ecuador.
No, it does have the same horizontal plane. It doesn't have the same vertical. Right? So let's say that this over here, right? This is Ecuador over here, right? So let's say it's here. Are you really that confused? Guys, we broke him. We broke Flatzoid because he's so dumb he didn't get it. How does he not understand basic geometry?
Excuse me. Sorry. I had to go wipe my eyes out.
How do you not understand basic geometry? This is literally stuff that my daughter is learning at 10 years old.
I know, and you're getting it wrong.
Right. Do you think if you asked any mathematician in the world, they would agree with you or me?
Me.
You think they would agree with you? Right, well, I've got a degree in physics that requires maths, and I disagree with you.
Okay. Do you have anybody that is a mathematician there right now that can come in the panel quickly?
I can class myself as a mathematician because I've got a degree.
Do you have anybody on your? It can be anybody. Can you guys come in and please explain to Craig why he's wrong?
Right, let's ask my chat. Does anybody in my chat think that I'm wrong?
I thought you said mathematicians, not gullible followers.
No, no one in my chat says I'm wrong.
Yeah, I said mathematician.
Including all the PhD people. They all say I'm right.
Oh, so it doesn't have share the same vertical, Craig.
Right. So well, actually, if we're saying that they're both on the equator, right, then they could share the same vertical because the vertical will be the same as the horizontal plane. But their horizontal plane will be the opposite of the equatorial plane.
No,
so
on the equatorial plane.
Right? If we're talking about Ecuador and South America, right, having the vertical, their horizontal plane would be a line that cuts through the North and South Pole.
No, they are horizontal. Yeah. Because they
all the mathematicians in my chat disagree with you. So
they are they on the equatorial plane or on the polar plane?
Well, they exist on the equatorial plane, but
so
their horizontal. Their horizontal would be the north-south pole plane.
So what's
their vertical would be what is considered the. I'm still talking. Their vertical would be in this case what is considered the line that goes through the horizontal at the equatorial plane. Sorry.
Okay, so 90-degree angle.
So right. So I've just. So mathematicians actually disagree with you because I'll just everyone go to the link that Dave McKeegan put in and it'll explain why he's so wrong. I'll give you a challenge. I'll give you a freebie, right? If you find a mathematician, an actual mathematician that says that you are right and I'm wrong, I'll delete my channel.
Wow. Okay. You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, in my chat, I'm a PhD student mathematician, and Craig, you're 100% correct.
Okay, good luck. You all heard that,
you find me an actual mathematician that says that you are right about verticals compared to the horizontal plane of the equator.
You shouldn't be trusting
then,
your gullible followers so much.
Will you agree to delete your channel if I'm right?
No, I didn't make that claim, but I'm going to be getting a mathematician.
No, you did make the claim, but if I'm doing it,
if you're too stupid,
how sure are you that you're right?
100%.
How sure are you that you're right?
100%.
Well, then put your channel on the line.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't.
I'm 100% sure that I'm right, and I will put my channel, and I will put MC2's channel, and I'll put Simon Dan's channel on the line.
That's their problem. I'm going to get a mathematician.
No. I'm putting their channel on the line.
You don't have to place your burden onto me now either. You want to lose your channel?
So what you're saying is you're not 100% sure.
No, I'm 100% sure, but I don't.
Saying is you're not 100% sure.
Sorry, you can wait. I'm going to get a mathematician for you.
I just want to clarify. Are you 100% sure you're right? Yes or no?
Yes.
And if you're 100% sure, is there any risk to you?
I don't need to make that claim because I didn't claim to
delete my channel. There's no claims involved. There's no claims here. It's just simple. If you are 100% sure, any risk.
I don't care if I'm safe or not. I don't need to delete my channel because that's not what I claimed. You claimed it. Your choice. I'm going to take it to. I'll take it to a mathematician, and you're gonna have to start delete. You might have to back up your stuff now, mate.
Well, all the mathematicians in my chat say you're wrong, including the PhD.
All the mathematicians in your chat are just gullible followers, Craig. They don't.
But you mean the PhD student, the person getting the PhD in mathematics, is wrong?
Equatorial is a horizontal plane, Craig. No matter how you look at it, even
to a line going north-south, nowhere else.
Even you said it. They share the same vertical. You literally debunked your own self without
share the same vertical. When did I say that? Share what vertical? Who says that?
You said they shared the same vertical. That came out of your mouth.
I said they share the same vertical as what?
Of the equatorial plane.
The same vertical as what?
Of the same equatorial plane.
Yeah, what did I say shares the same vertical as the equatorial plane?
Must I cut it out for you after the debate and show you where you said it?
No. What did I say shares the same horizontal as the vertical plane? Explain to me.
One side
Yeah,
of
what
the
did I say
equatorial
shares the
plane
same-
to the other side of the equatorial plane shares the
Yeah.
same vertical.
Yeah, but their vertical is opposite to the vertical that we have been talking about. So the horizontal has now become the vertical for those because their vertical is a line going through the equator and their horizontal is a line going from the north to the south pole.
Sorry, is equator 90 is the equator 90
Flatzoid,
degrees?
You don't need to keep apologizing.
Is the equator 90 degrees
Compared to what?
on your globe compared to your polar vertical?
Yes, it is 90 degrees compared to the polar vertical, yes. Nowhere else, just the polar vertical.
Okay,
That's it.
so one side of the globe on the equator is 90 degrees compared to it, and the other side of the equator, correct?
Say again?
One side of your equator is 90 degrees to the South Pole, and so is the other side of the equatorial plane, correct?
If you're looking at it in 2D, but Earth's not 2D, it's a sphere. And again, verticals on Earth.
You do know a plane
are
is
decided-
two-dimensional.
right, I was talking. I was talking. Right. Verticals on Earth are decided by gravity. That's what you need to understand.
Sorry. Again,
Please don't
understand
apologize.
your
You don't need to
plane-
apologize.
your
As long no, you understand
is a
that verticals
plane-
on Earth are decided by gravity.
Is a plane two-dimensional, three-dimensional, Craig?
Do you understand? Yes. Don't
It's
answer
a
my question.
yes
I
or
asked you
no.
another question.
It's a yes or
I
no.
asked the question first.
It's
I asked the question
yes or
first.
no. Is a plane
Yeah, but I asked the question first, and
two-dimensional?
it's a question that you answer first. Excuse me.
I asked you a
I
question.
asked my question first.
Yes or no? Is a
Flatzoid.
plane two-dimensional
Flatzoid.
or three-dimensional?
Flatzoid.
Is a plane two-dimensional, three-dimensional? I've got it in my hands on screen for you now.
Have you finished?
Is a plane two-dimensional, three-dimensional?
Yeah. Have you finished? Have you finished talking?
Is a plane two-dimensional, three-dimensional, Craig?
Have you finished talking? And I'll respond.
I got it on screen for you. What's that? Is that two?
I'm not. Have you finished talking? Yes or no? And I will respond.
So it's got one vertical.
Have you finished talking so that I can respond without being interrupted?
So it's one vertical, Craig. It
Am I
shares the same
allowed to
vertical.
respond? Yes or no? Am I not allowed to respond?
Waiting for you to answer. It's a simple answer, yes or
Okay,
no.
so I asked the question first. You answer my question, and then I will answer yours.
Okay. So
my question-
is the equatorial
my-
plane two-dimensional or three-dimensional?
We just agreed that you would answer my question first, and then I'll answer yours.
You said you'll
Okay?
answer mine, then I'll answer yours. Isn't that what you said?
No, I said we just said the other way round. Again,
Okay,
you
but
have
I've
moved-
already asked you the question, so why can't you just answer me first?
Yeah, I asked my question first,
Okay,
and
okay,
once
okay,
you've
okay.
answered my question, right, then I will answer your question.
go ahead.
Okay?
Go.
Right. Do you understand that on Earth, verticals are decided by gravity? Yes or no?
In reality, it's not.
No, on Earth, on the globe model.
On your globe model, yeah.
Right. Well, there we go. We are discussing the globe model.
And
you
equatorial
have
plane.
You have just agreed that on the globe model, all verticals are decided by gravity. Thank you. Right. Now, what was your question?
Okay, before my question, you were talking about the equatorial
No.
plane.
We agreed. My question and your question. Don't
So
change
I
it.
can't
Don't
rebut.
change it. What we agreed.
So I
Ask
can't
your
rebut
question.
your stupid idiot statement.
No, we agreed. My
I'm
question,
sorry.
then your question.
I thought
Ask
this
your
was
question.
I thought this was a debate, so I can't rebut your idiotic statement.
We literally just agreed what would happen. We agreed that I would
I'm
ask my
going
question,
to ask your
answer,
question.
and then you would ask your questions.
I'll
ask
ask my
your question.
Once I've rebutted your idiotic statement, I'll give my question.
You can't
then
rebut my
you-
statement. It was a
then
yes or no. You agreed yes. You agreed with me. Right? So now ask your question.
Sorry. So, in reality, based
What's your
on
question?
your globe model,
Yeah, so what's your
an
question, bud?
equatorial plane is horizontal plane. Now, my question
So what's your question?
is the plane two-dimensional or three-dimensional, Craig?
Planes are two-dimensional.
So it would have the same perpendicular.
Same as what?
If you're vertically set at the South Pole and you have the equatorial plane horizontal at 90 degree, everywhere on that horizontal would share
No.
the same vertical.
Incorrect. It only has one vertical. That horizontal plane, well, two technically, north and south, one above it, one below it. But that horizontal plane has one reference vertical, and that's a line that goes from the north to the south pole. That's it. All right. And there's no point going round on this over and over. That's just how it is. If you disagree, then that's your problem and possibly a result of some kind of brain damage. I'm not entirely sure. But like I've said, you find a mathematician that agrees with you and not me, and I'll delete my channel, and MC Toon's channel, and Simon Dan's channel, and Dave McKeegan's channel, and Brenda's channel.
This is an equatorial plane. It's a horizontal.
All right. Again, there's no point just going over the same thing again. Right, Flatzoid, we've done this.
This
right,
is the vertical. This is the vertical plane over that horizontal plane.
Sorry, there's the vertical plane over the horizontal plane now, is there?
Yeah, you said vertical, that would be the south and north, correct? So it cuts
yeah,
through the
that's
horizontal.
the only vertical.
Perpendicular.
That's the only vertical that we have on Earth that can reference that horizontal.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you again. So if I'm here at this side of the equator, which we said was Ecuador, would it...
Is that right at the surface of the Earth, yeah?
Great. And we're at another side of the equator, would it be sharing the same horizontal? Based from... Sorry, equatorial plane. Remember, we're referencing an equatorial plane. The equatorial plane is horizontal. It's 90 degrees.
Okay, so... Right, let me respond. If they're on that vertical line, if we assume that they're antipodal, right? So we're making the assumption that these two places are antipodal on the equator, right? Is that correct?
That's what you're saying.
Well, this is your thing, so I'm just confirming that that's what you're saying. So you are saying that those two places are antipodal on the equator, right?
Yep.
Right, so they're vertical.
On the same equatorial plane. Reference
they happen to be along the equatorial plane because they're on the equator, yes, but their horizontal plane will be that red line, and the yellow line will be their vertical plane. It's switched around.
Notice people that Craig is going to cause the deletion of many globe channels because he can't accept the equatorial plane is a horizontal plane and they share the same vertical.
Their vertical in this case is along the equator.
Sorry,
the equator is a horizontal plane, right? The equatorial plane is a horizontal plane, but it's not horizontal for those two places. For those two places, that has now become the vertical.
You're missing the point.
And the horizontal. I'm still talking. And the vertical is now that red line going from the north to the south pole. This switches around because, as you agreed, the words that came out of your mouth, yes, I agree, on the globe model, vertical is decided by gravity. So if we take that into account and say that the vertical is decided by gravity, where is the vertical for Ecuador and South America?
Remember, they share the same...
It was a question. On the globe model, where is the vertical for Ecuador and South America in these points? If we assume they're antipodal, where is their vertical on the globe?
This is your straw man.
It's not a straw man. We're talking about the globe. I can't straw man the globe.
Sorry. Did they measure the equatorial plane vertically or horizontally?
We've stopped talking about measurements. We're just talking about what a horizontal.
That's what this whole argument is about. Did they measure the
You changed the subject a long time ago. Why can't you answer my question? My question was very simple. Where is the vertical for those two countries?
Did they measure the vertical of the equatorial?
But we're not talking about measurements anymore. Stop changing the subject. Let's stick on the subject we've been talking about.
6,900 kilometers. Equatorial radius. Radius of...
They did not measure the equatorial plane. They measured the equatorial radius, not the plane.
So the radius is horizontal.
The radius is a straight line from the surface of the Earth to the center of the Earth. The radius is vertical.
No, sorry.
Because the radius is also decided by gravity.
Sorry. If you are measuring the equator from the center of Earth, which you can't do because you
Right,
can't
no,
get to
you're,
the center.
you're measuring the equatorial radius. You're not measuring the equator. You're measuring the equatorial radius.
Your equator is your equatorial plane.
No, it's not. The radius is half of it. The diameter would be the whole of it, and around the outside, the whole equator would be the circumference.
Okay, now
do you not know basic geometry of spheres?
Can you stop talking over me? Okay, so
Seriously,
Craig,
is that the problem
I'm
here? Do
trying
you not
to
know
ma-
the basic geometry of spheres?
I'm trying to make this as concise for you to understand as possible. You making a straw man that Equator will have a new zenith and South America will have a new zenith is not the argument.
That wasn't a straw man.
That is, the argument is you claimed the equator has a radius measurement from the center of Earth, which is impossible because you can't go to the center of Earth.
I never claimed they measured it from the center of Earth.
Yes, you did. So you're lying now too.
So
Anyway,
I said the radius goes to the center of Earth. I never claimed they
measured from the. You even said they go to the center. Now, again.
Well, yeah, that was a joke, quite obviously.
Okay.
No humor goes over your head.
Okay, now you see this radius measurement, as you put it, which is a calculation, is 6,900 kilometers. That's what you claim.
A bit more than that, but yeah.
Okay, we're just saying 6,900. Doesn't matter. Does that follow the equatorial plane?
It happens to, yes.
And the equatorial plane is what? 90 degrees from the South Pole?
Yeah. That doesn't mean that vertical is now a horizontal.
So
just because it lies along a horizontal for a different vertical.
So when they made a measurement of a radius of the equator, it's based from the reference of the South Pole. This whole horizontal line, what's going on? This whole horizontal line would be flat.
A plane is 2D, which is flat.
Great. So no curve there.
No, planes and radiuses don't have curves, no.
I agree.
The circumference would be curved.
Great. So the circumference...
Welcome to Globe Earth. Well done. Job done. Brilliant.
You just used horizontal calculations to make your...
Yeah, and you just agreed that the circumference is curved. So welcome to the Globe Earth, Flatzoid.
No. The plane has a circumference. Maybe you didn't realize this, but circumferences are two-dimensional too.
Yeah, and there's different circumferences on Earth. There's a different circumference around the equator.
So we're talking about the equatorial plane here.
Are we? We're talking about many things. You keep changing the subject.
No. We've been talking about the equatorial plane all this time.
We've got another mathematician in here.
And
another mathematician that says you're wrong.
And you claiming that the equatorial plane does not share the same vertical. That is your claim. I just want to make sure that's your claim. You're claiming
share the same vertical. No, vertical is determined on Earth by gravity.
Great.
It's as simple as that. You're not. I have now answered the question. We don't need to go through it over and over again.
That's all I needed. You better start backing up your channel, mate.
It's all, dude. It's all I need for your video. It's going to be.
You
epic.
better start backing up your channel.
My channel's fine because all the mathematicians say that I'm right.
If you think globe anti-flat earthers is anything to take by, good luck on you, mate.
Well, they're mathematicians. The criteria wasn't globe or flat. The criteria was a mathematician.
Oh, and I'm gonna get an actual mathematician that will show that you cannot understand a horizontal can only have one vertical.
All these actual mathematicians say you're wrong. So why is the mathematician you get disagree with the rest of them?
Run.
Why? I'm not running anywhere. I asked you a question. Why is the mathematician you
guys,
get...
this is the day that Flatzoid destroyed Dave McKeegan's channel,
McToon's
channel,
are you not listening?
Craig's channel, and who else does he want to delete? So he wants to delete everybody's channel. Notice he wants this, so you guys can blame him. Well done.
Is he muted? You must have muted me.
No, I didn't mute you. I can hear you.
Oh, right. You were just over talking me. I see. Right. So, why is the mathematician you get going to disagree with all the other mathematicians?
Because my mathematician doesn't have a bias in the argument.
So you're going to get a mathematician that doesn't care if the Earth is flat or a globe?
I'm going to get a mathematician that simply works on your claim.
And how would the mathematician work on my claim?
Your claim is a measurement over the equatorial
but
plane.
what is the criteria for you
over
getting a
6,000
mathematician?
kilometers having
Who is the mathematician you're going to
shared
get? And why
vertical.
is this mathematician going to disagree with all the other mathematicians in the world?
There's your mathematicians that you claiming is protecting you are just anti-flat earthers, mate. Good luck.
No, they're not. They're people just happen to watch my channel.
Like I said, you guys want to do this to yourself. You guys don't sound very confident.
But
the way you
again,
want to
why is
defend
the
us.
mathematician that you get going to disagree with all these mathematicians?
Well done. Don't worry. Just
Why,
wait.
why is the mathematician you get going to all of a sudden change all the geometry?
Just wait, Craig.
Seriously.
Just wait.
Why is the mathematician you get going to change all the geometry all of a sudden?
They don't.
Well, they would have to
just
say
wait.
that on
Remember-
and
Remember what you said. Remember what you said. Remember your argument.
Yeah,
Well
I'll also
done.
delete your channel. So that's
will
part of the
delete
deal.
my channel.
Oh, I will.
You will.
I've got access to your channel.
You can't delete my channel.
How little you don't think I've got access to your channel?
If you
Oh,
do
you're
that.
cute.
Oh, guys, you just heard that. So he,
I'm only kidding.
So-
That's kidding.
guys,
that was a joke. That was actually a joke.
because then I would know who actually hacked me
genuinely,
earlier,
I
and I
wouldn't.
can get hold of my contact at the investigation unit, so we can find out who did
Again,
this. All right,
Flatzoid, that was clearly a joke. Right? Honestly, I would never attack your channel. That was just a joke. You know for a fact
Yes,
that
don't worry, I know you.
I would not.
I know, don't worry.
I would help you if your channel got attacked in that way.
You did
That
try
was
and
just a
help
joke. Don't fuck with me because I will delete your channel.
Okay,
Right?
are we done? Yeah.
But no, seriously, get an actual mathematician to come on and have us both on so we can both specify our claims and he can tell us which one of us is right. And if you're right, I'll delete my channel, Dave McKeegan's channel, MC Tune's channel, Simon Dan's channel.
Your choice.
And your channel. But yeah. Let me just see if there's any questions for you in the super chats, if that's okay. I know it's late for you. What, are you midnight there now?
Yeah, past midnight. And you guys, if you have any questions for Craig, hit me up too. I'll ask him whatever you guys
So
want.
Icy Spin says, can you explain why stars at poles spinning in opposite directions doesn't convince him that the Earth is a globe?
Because it's done by simple perception based on a flat location. We can do this with cars going on the opposite direction of a road just by changing your position. Yes, we can demonstrate this. Just because you guys are too ignorant to understand that if you stand on the left side of the road, the car that appears to come from one side will always come that side, but only appear to go the opposite. Stars always only move east to west.
Yeah, but with the stars, if you face north whilst standing in the north, they go one way, but if you face north while standing in the other, they go the other way.
Yeah,
That
perception.
doesn't really follow with your
Yes,
facing
they do.
different.
They do.
Same.
We've demonstrated this.
Steve Kazom for 10 PlayStation Network dollars says, Flats, can a plasma regenerate itself?
No.
Okay. Conspiracy Cat seems to think that it does.
No, because he's trying to strawman where we were saying the moon could be plasma.
Oh, it's definitely not plasma because plasma doesn't behave like that. DJ Moss for €2 says, Flatzoid, how far can pressure waves travel?
As far as the pressure has force.
As far as the pressure has force.
Yeah.
That's not technically incorrect. I wouldn't use force. I'd use energy as the word to describe it because, you know, for mechanical properties, you need to have energy working. So it almost, but the correct thing would be to say as long as it has energy.
It always has energy. Show me gas without energy.
Well, yeah, no, it's just the difference between what energy and the force is. And
show me gas that has never got energy.
I didn't say it had. I was agreeing that you're correct. You just got the wording slightly wrong.
No, my wording's correct because gas
in physics we would
never
say
stops
it
moving.
runs out of energy.
No, it's correct because gas never stops moving, so therefore it will always have a force and always have pressure. So the distance is as infinite as the force.
In physics, to determine like the actual mechanical work of something, it's to do with the energy input into the system.
Yeah, and
so
gas always has force.
Hey, hold on. I'm really not trying to argue. I'm just trying to teach you a basic bit of physics. I've actually just had to go through.
You don't have to teach me. I'm literally telling you, gas always has energy.
Yeah,
It never
again, that's not the
does
point,
not have
right?
energy.
But a pressure wave can run out of energy
We talk about
compared to the background energy of whatever medium it's in. That's the point, right? So
background
once
energy?
that energy has dissipated, yeah, if we consider a medium of gas always having an X amount of energy, right? Like you've just said,
And
right?
it's infinite.
A pressure wave, yeah. So a pressure wave going through that gas will have more energy than the gas. But as it moves through that gas, that energy will dissipate because it is hitting up against more gas, and the energy.
Gas has elastic collisions, mate.
Okay, right. I mean, I've just taught my son this for his exams, but
Yeah,
I'm just trying.
gas has elastic collisions.
Energy is still lost in elastic collisions.
No, perfect elastic collisions.
No, it doesn't. Oh my goodness. That's like question 1 on the exam.
Physics
Dude.
101, mate. Gas has perfect elastic
literally,
collisions.
I'm doing the physics with
Kinetic gas model, mate.
works.
Okay.
But again, try not to argue with someone who's got a degree in physics and teaches other people physics. That would be a suggestion that I give you. Did you do? Okay, I'm just seeing if there's any more for you. Why not? String News 1 says for $2, why don't optics show the dome?
Why should it show the dome? Can you see a mountain 100 kilometers away if it's foggy?
Well, it's not always foggy, and some days it's very, very clear.
Can I see the Eiffel Tower from South Africa?
Well, the Eiffel Tower would be looking through a constant medium, but looking up, the medium gets less dense and less dense and less dense. And the medium you'll see further and further and further because there's less atmospheric conditions getting in the way.
Have you ever tried looking
Have
at?
you ever tried looking at?
More importantly,
you should be able to bounce radar off of it.
Who says you can see the dome? What if it's see-through, transparent?
Oh, magic.
Magic. Okay. Well done.
Right, cool. Right, that's what the dome is magic, guys. There we go.
Okay.
So FTFE asks the Flurf if he knows what anything is. No, okay, that's wrong. Yeah, everyone keeps saying. I know the radius of Earth is a vertical line. You're right.
The equatorial is not vertical. Equatorial is 90 degrees. You guys forget you guys have a tilt. There's a tilt for a reason because your reference, thanks to Polaris.
Yeah, but the reference, if we're considering the reference north-south.
You guys really missed the point. Your reference is Polaris. That gives you your tilt.
So Craig Deeks for £4.99 says, Flatzoid, what's the circumference of the Tropic of Capricorn?
You said 6,000. I don't know. Don't need to know. I don't live on a globe.
Kaplunk Steve, £5 says, Craig, can you say thank you to Flatzoid on my behalf for his video of Action Lab and the Ruler? I haven't laughed so hard at a fail in a long time.
People concede when wrong. That's called human.
Icy Spin, $1.99 says, Flatzoid, where do you place both yourself and FTFE on the Dunning-Kruger scale?
What? Oh, you. Very high up.
Where would you place both of us on the Dunning-Kruger scale?
You, very high up. Me, down.
Which bit high up?
Like on tip. Mount Everest tip.
But there's 2 bits that are high. Which bit are we talking about?
You on the highest. Definitely.
But I'm the one that studied. I'm the one that's done the degrees and stuff.
And yet you get the stuff wrong. Yeah. Well done.
Well, I don't get it wrong though, because all the physicians and stuff, everyone says that I'm correct. So all the physicists.
Tell me again how a closed system, an open system doesn't let matter through its boundaries.
I never said that.
Yes, you did when our first debate. Oh, and I'm still waiting for your refracted hand, by the way. Are you still going to release that video? Are you going to release that video?
Like I said, the purpose of this debate was to get you to say things for that video. So.
And I'm asking you again, because I keep forgetting, when are we getting a video of your refracted hand? Which you said a year ago that you've done it already. You just need to finish editing.
I took a year off actually making videos to deal with my health and stuff. So, actual making videos has taken a back burner, but I've got more I've got a new season in production.
So you didn't do it then?
So I didn't. I stopped making videos in total so I could deal with my health and stuff, right? But the video that I was writing for you and had recorded and everything is part of what I'm doing. But I've had to re-record it because there's a whole new gimmick with the show and everything. But it's still essentially the same thing. I'm
sorry, but isn't the Flow So Idiots series a video?
Yeah.
And you've been doing Flow for Idiots after that claim. So you lied.
No,
now. Well done.
I literally haven't released a First to Idiots in like a year.
Exactly.
That's the point.
Before that,
Yeah.
you claimed
I was in the process. Hold on. Let me finish. I was in the process of doing your video. In fact, I had a few videos in production, but I had a really bad health scare, and I decided to stop video production and take time to focus on my health, so I could, actually carry on living, hopefully for a long time with my wife and family.
I would agree with that. Rather keep your health.
All the videos that I had in production got put to the side. And now that I've lost a whole bunch of weight and that there's new things I'm doing in the videos.
And you look much better.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
But I would appreciate if you can just show the demonstration of your refracted hand that you said you did.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, but the actual demonstration is still part of the video. But your episode 4, maybe 5, depending on what Eric Dubay says to something that I said. So it'll be sometime in November, maybe December, that I actually get your video released. But
right.
There's lots of stuff in there. Anyway, get the mathematician to get us both on, have our positions explained, and then tell us which one is right. And then I'll delete your channel. Thanks for coming and speaking to me. And speak to you soon.
Okay, cheers. Thank you. Bye. What? What was that? Wow. Wow. What was that? Hey guys. What do we have to say about this? The guy literally doesn't understand that he made some very stupid claims. Very stupid claims. While we're waiting for the people to hop into Element, I just want to say thank you everybody for coming. Really appreciate it. Please do hit that like button, share the show as it does help. And Godzilla, thank you very much for gifting 5 memberships. Really appreciate the support, man. You rock. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. Ugh. So, PJ.
Yeah. Unbelievable, man. Oh, wow. That frustrated me, the equatorial plane part. I mean, you can only have one vertical. You can only have one perpendicular.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. What's he on about?
The guy's so stupid. You see, he's so stupid. He doesn't get, if you're claiming the South Pole to be the reference, that means that reference lies across the whole equatorial plane.
Exactly. You can't have different verticals on a plane.
That's done.
If you have the same, if you have the same plane, you can't have a different vertical on that same plane. Otherwise, it won't be perpendicular anymore. So he's literally going to have to go either against his word now, that Simon Dan, Dave McKeegan, Fight the Flat Earth, and McToon all have to delete their channels, or he has to keep to his word and delete them all.
Wow. Do you know when he first said that, he didn't look like he was joking to me. He really didn't.
I hope you're full.
Oh, wow.
Because it looks like you... I also want to know how human sushi tastes, because you ate him raw tonight.
The guy had nothing tonight, literally, from start to finish.
You rolled him up and sliced him in pieces and ate him raw.
It was very
human
sad.
sushi.
And this is for Dave McKeegan as well. Go and do the demonstration with the focal lengths again. Just at further distance. I mean, even that close distance, there were differences. Just because Craig is blind and can't see the compression doesn't mean there's a difference. You could see it.
I knew that the right-hand side one was the longer focal length, the higher focal length. Yeah, you could see it. You could see it starting to distort, without a doubt.
It's crazy.
And the guy's bound to get pissed off if all these ballers are coming to his channel asking the same frigging question.
Exactly. Well, why do you think he started with that crazy flat earther? Because he's referring to me. Because since I've presented this, they keep bothering him with the same nonsense. They don't want to stop.
It's there in the video. He says he went to the same spot, trying to get exact same height. Do you know what I mean? It's exactly the same. He said it himself, but then he's going back on what he says. Just because he's getting annoyed. With bluffers.
Hey, what did I say to y'all earlier when you were over there? I said people like him are only 2 things. Well, 4 things now. they're either fools or they're liars, or they're liars that make fools of themselves.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
All these foolish lies. I mean, it was so. I wanted to. I don't know.
It's crazy. But like I said, this is all recorded, guys. So even if, let's say, he does do something to my channel, he will have a federal case against him. Literally.
I mean, he might have been joking. He might have been joking, but when he first said it, it didn't look like
Yeah, but
a
even
joke.
if it's a joke, you understand. If something happens to my channel, he
Then he's got
literally made a threat, even if it was a joke. If something happens to my channel now, who's going to be pointing fingers? I got it.
And I think he realized it because he made a psycho face while doing it. You know, he wasn't really joking. He just couldn't control his stupid anger.
Yeah,
He was out of control for a moment, and he tried to save it.
He's a sociopath.
You see, the thing is, he was hyped up. He was hyped up from McToon and McKeegan and them all coming into this, thinking, I got you, with his focal length thing. That's why I had that picture ready, not realizing that it debunked them.
Well, he had
Guys,
McToon
so
in his
stupid.
ear. I
know it was hilarious, right?
He was talking to McToon while you went away to wherever you went.
I know.
Yeah, he had him in his ear all the time.
And he was trying to bait you the whole time too. He was really working it. I know he had. You know what? Did you figure out that he has McToon in his ear?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he obviously does. He was trying to get you to make a claim again, like McToon was, right?
Yep, they're always doing that. That's all they try to do is try to slip you in there. Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
I can see their tactics from a mile away. I wasn't born yesterday.
Oh yeah, I know you're smart enough. I'm just saying it was funny watching him try.
But yeah, poor guys. Now I'm gonna get it. So poor guys. Now I'm gonna have to get a mathematician, an actual certified mathematician, which I know quite a few.
Oh, really?
So, oopsie.
Right. Sorry, let me ask you a silly question.
Yeah,
right?
he's gonna get Matthew Weathers. He's gonna get Matthew Weathers.
Yeah. Sleeping Water.
I was arguing with Rachie over Summit, and I didn't catch the beginning part of that major disagreement where the bets on the channels and all that. What was it that he said that you said that was wrong? That he insisted he was right. What was it that he actually said?
He says the equatorial plane is measured over 6,000 kilometers. So I said, okay, so it's a horizontal. What's a radius? Horizontal line. And he says, no, but a horizontal is only in reference to a vertical, which would be the South Pole. So I said, great. That means that it has the same vertical all the way through that whole equatorial plane because it has to be perpendicular. He says, no, it's got different verticals.
Yeah, on that equatorial plane. That can't be, surely.
He's got different verticals.
On the same equatorial plane.
So what he's saying is he's got lots of parallel vertical lines, and they're not the same. They're not the same vertical. That's what he's saying, right?
He's trying to push zenith reciprocal angles, but the guy's so stupid he doesn't get his equatorial plane is a set horizontal 90 degree on their globe. It cuts through the center of the Earth. It cannot sit at any other degree. It stays 90 degree from the one side of the circumference to the other, and your reference is the South Pole. That reference is shared through the whole equatorial plane.
So when he said, when I heard you both focusing on the words, they share the same vertical line. Is that right? Did I get?
Yes.
So is he saying that all the verticals are all parallel verticals?
No, he's saying they aren't. This is the equatorial horizontal, and this is the.
So what is he saying? What is he saying that they are then? If they're not all parallel verticals, what is he saying that they are?
He's saying because based on the globe, you will have a new vertical, so therefore have a new horizontal. So that means this will be a new horizontal.
So what he's doing is he's
not understanding that this is not the equator. That's not the equatorial plane anymore.
Yeah, he's applying that to a circumference, isn't he, rather than to a plane?
Because this would be Australia now. Is Australia on the equator?
That means he's wrong then. He's going to have to delete his channel.
Exactly. Exactly. And I tried to explain it to him more than once.
He says all the mathematicians in his channel agree with him. Well, they must be.
Yeah, well, this is where the problem is, right? Because what he thinks that a consensus reality makes things true, even if they're false. So by consensus, if they all agree that Craig's right, even if he's wrong, he will claim victory on that because consensus reality is his reality.
But like I said,
You can't
there's only two
can't defeat
outcomes.
that.
Yeah, there's only two outcomes here. He either keeps with his word and Simon, Dan, Dave McKeegan, FTFE, and McToon all delete their channels, or he is shown to be a liar, which he lied on this stream multiple times.
No, there's a
And
third
guy-
outcome.
Yeah?
They'll all agree with him, even though he's wrong. They'll all agree with him. They'll gaslight you, and by consensus majority, you will lose. That's what will actually happen.
And then I will just show on screen the whole time the mathematician that agrees with me.
What you'll have to do is you'll have to pinpick through the words that you actually said at the time, because I missed it. I wasn't paying too much
I'll
attention.
cut everything.
Yeah, cut it out where he says what he says, and then if it is the case that he's wrongly applying it to a circumference rather than to a straight line plane, which he doesn't like the words, if it is that he's applying it to a circumference and you point out that he's applying it to a circumference and that's why he's wrong, if it's objectively true and that's the reason why he's wrong, you'll see that it's the consensus reality that dictates what they consider to be who's right and who's wrong, rather than objective reality, and you will lose by the consensus majority, even though you're right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, do you think I care anything about what the FTFE subscribers think? I know they're all anti-flat earth trolls. I don't give a shit what PhDs they are. They're wrong because it goes against geometry.
I mean, I heard him saying about gravity dictates vertical, and I'm like, what happened to the plumb bob? A plumb bob's no longer a thing, like because that's how we get like vertical in real world. And he's saying gravity does that, and I'm like, right, we're going to need a citation for that. Where does he get that from? He's just made that. He's plucked that out of his arse. Sure he has.
That's crazy. But yeah, I do feel sorry for him because I'm going to get more than one mathematician. This is going to be fun. Not that I do want them to delete their channel though, because I wouldn't want that on anyone.
Do what they do. Just do what they do, right?
Yeah.
Just make 2 or 3 sock accounts, right? So call it Flat Earth Mathematician, and then call it Big Flat Earth Mathematician.
No.
And then
I'm going to contact actual mathematicians at universities and things.
Just do what they do.
And I'm going to have fun.
Get a sock account. Get a sock account, call it a mathematician, and then get and claim victory based on that sock account's credibility.
No, I'm going to.
The guy that cites chat, right? He brought up Chat GPT because he thought it was going to agree with him, right? But yet, Chat GPT, you can get it to contradict itself, and it doesn't recognize the contradiction.
But that was my point.
Yeah,
he said he was running to ChatGPT, and that's what awesome. Okay, so you agree with everything ChatGPT says. Then he said no, but that's what he wanted to use against my argument with non sequitur, when literally it was not a non sequitur, and he showed he doesn't know what a non sequitur is.
He doesn't know what a non sequitur is. A non sequitur is based on logic, right? It's to do with the next logical following from the previous statement. If it logically follows that your sentence follows this, then logically it makes sense. But if it doesn't logically follow, that makes it a non sec.
Exactly.
So it doesn't logically follow that C follows A, for example. It doesn't logically follow that C follows A. Therefore, that argument would be a non-sec. But if it was B that you were arguing, and B does follow logically A, then that would be sequitur, not non-sequitur. But you've got to have logic in that explanation when you're defining what is a non-sequitur fallacy.
Exactly.
And he never mentioned the word once.
Yeah.
It just means that it doesn't logically follow. That's
exactly. But the non sequitur will require him to give me a reason why it's a non sequitur, and he can't. Captain Crunch, thank you very much. Yeah, you can definitely come and chat one day, man. I really would appreciate that. But yeah.
Remind me, what was the point he was saying that he said that was non sequitur? What was that point?
The focal length argument, where I'm saying it's flat Earth because we can show demonstratable and measurable and everything observable. It's only optical. It's not physical curve. Now he's calling that a non sequitur.
The problem is when he made that claim, right, and he did that the little car with the dots behind it, he said that everything else was the same, but he didn't demonstrate that. You can vary things like aperture settings, f-stop settings. You can vary other things and get them to look same, even though the focal length might be different. You can vary another setting and make it bring. So if it's the case that the change in the focal length causes an effect that he wants to hide, he can open up the aperture or close the aperture, or he can change the f-stop setting or whatever. I mean, I'm not really into photography, but if you know your photography, you know how to make pictures look different to how real world presents that scenario.
The aperture's just going to... You're just going to change the exposure and stuff because it just lets the amount of light in. But I mean, if you're changing the focal length, it's the magnification. And this is exactly how I keep explaining it to them on very simple terms, like my hand here. Okay? If this hand is now sitting here, it's not as big, but as soon as you got a larger focal length magnifier, it makes it seem like your hand's closer. That's what it does.
Have you seen the Hitchcock effect?
Yeah, and that foreshortens. That's what it is. So with a smaller focal length, it's going to seem like the hand's here. Larger focal length, it seem like the hand's here. That's what it does.
Have you seen the Hitchcock effect?
Yeah.
That's basically making things look physically different to how they actually are. It's like they did it in The Birds, didn't they? Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. He used a dolly, so he was physically moving the camera at the same rate that it would zoom in or zoom out. So if you're moving it towards the object, you'd be zooming out, and if you're moving it away from the object, you'd be zooming in. And, it created a really weird distortion.
Yeah, that's that other thing you were showing with the trees and the moving up the hill. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you when you say that he basically went back to the same place. He bent down, put the camera on his knee, and he basically replicated that thing. I don't know whether you said identical or not.
No, I didn't say identical. I didn't say identical. That was him strawmanning me.
I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, that was him strawmanning me. That was him strawmanning me.
Yeah, I think so.
I was saying he claimed. Yeah, I was claiming he said replicate. And remember, what did the Globers claim? That when you at the same elevation and distance, it can't change the scenery. Only what can change the scenery is distance or elevation. He kept the same elevation. He kept the same distance. And
but what you did that was really good.
Yeah.
What you did that was really good was when the guy responded to whoever it was that asked him, and he said something like, the guy with the flat earth guy was wrong or whatever. And then you showed him like crouched down in the same position, taking the same picture. And it's like, you're literally showing him that the guy's, what he's done is he's realized that this is a flat earth contentious point. He doesn't want to side with the flat earther, so he's just ridiculed you rather than saying, actually,
and notice, guys, and notice I'm a long time subscriber of that channel. I watch that channel. I watch them religiously, like almost from their first video. So I have commented on, been on their live streams, commenting everything. So it's not like I'm new to their channel. The guy just can't accept it now because he's getting trolled by Globers because of this.
Yep, of course. It's a sad state of affairs when someone realizes that the globe heavies are coming after them and they have to back down because they can't stand up for truth and they have to lie for the good cause.
Because I mean,
that is literally the inconvenient truth against the comforting lie.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, just because the guy, his argument was there's no compression, trying to debunk a photographic myth doesn't make it true. It's a photographic myth because he says it's a myth. You do know that it's known photography fact that focal length causes compression of a scene. This has been explained through many times. He wanted to debunk that. He wanted to just call it a myth. Instead, when he did it, he showed it to be true.
Yeah, I got that impression.
Yeah, he showed it to be true.
Differences.
Even McKeegan.
I could see there were differences, but I didn't know whether it was caused by... Because obviously you can't camera in exactly the same position as another camera. And I'm assuming that he... What did he do? Did he take the lens off, put the lens back on, a different lens on?
He had a 12mm lens, and he just changed it to 200mm lens. That's all he did.
But the camera kept it maintained in the same position?
Went to the same spot, crouched the same elevation, took the same photo.
So then all he's got to do then is...
And you can even see compression in Shiana alone, his daughter. And I mean, that's what I was saying even with Dave McKeegan. The guy thinks I don't understand the little trick he's trying to do. Let's take it as close as possible so you don't see a big effect. The further away you go, the more effect you see. And he knows this. That's what I'm saying to Dave McKeegan again. Do the same thing.
He's trying to minimize the effect to say it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Do this.
Even then, you can still see it. You can still see the distortion.
And we saw the distortion. We saw compression.
Yeah. You can see the one on the right was the longer focal length, the higher focal.
Exactly. And I'm going to tell this again to McKeegan. Do the same, but take a video showing you doing measurements that it's exactly the same. doing the thing or do it live and do it at a further distance. So everybody can see he's not trying to be disingenuous.
Yeah, but what he also needs to do, he needs to show the metadata for each photo, because to show that he hasn't changed any other settings on the cameras, that the f-stop's the same, the aperture's the same, all the other settings are identical. That's what he needs to show. Because you can tamper with your camera settings, and depending on how well you know your camera.
Yeah, but that won't really change. That won't really change the. All you can really do to maybe change that is you're changing your depth of field. If you're changing your, trying to set your field of view plane. If you're setting your depth of field plane, you can sort of change how it. I can go back. I can show you. You want us to quickly go look at another video of that same photographer that shows you just changing the depth of field changes the amount how it compresses. I can do that as well. He does it with balls on a pool table.
The reason why it does that is because of the shape of the lens and the distance that the light's coming from. Over a close distance, it doesn't make that much difference. It's negligible. Over a long distance, it does. Why is that? It's the shape of the lens that causes it, and that's what Robotham called collimation, isn't it? Collimation was described as the internal refraction within the lens itself. Well, that's the same thing as what he's describing when you're changing the focal length. It's caused by the lens itself and the shape of the lens and the distance between the ends, the two mirrors or the two lenses in the lens.
Remember we were talking about the focus stacking before Sleeping Warrior? Here we go. Yes, that where they explain the focus stacking as well. I'm just going to copy.
Yeah, that guy's done that Arctic Delusions has done another response to that video, hasn't he?
I'm not even bothered about that guy. But anyway, here's on the stacking for you. Yeah, guys, if you want to watch the stacking video as well, there you go. There's the link. It's crazy.
But it's funny that I didn't say anything about. I said I didn't know whether that picture was a result of stacking or not. And what he said was, and here I prove that Riley and Flatzoid know absolutely nothing about HDR. And I'm like, I never said I did.
Just because
all I said was,
look, I can say I said HDMI instead of HDR, but I was very tired that night, and I do concede I said it wrong. But that doesn't change the fact about my argument.
Yeah, it's majored on the minor fallacy. You need to learn that one. They do it all the time. No one cares that there's a misspeak. Like I didn't notice it, but if somebody would have pointed it out to me, then I'd have just ignored it.
Yeah, but if you guys pointed out HDR, I said, oh yeah, sorry, HDR, not HDMI. But I didn't even realize I was saying HDMI. You understand?
Yeah, but it doesn't even matter once it's pointed out. You just move on. It's minor. It's literally minor.
Yeah. Trying to find the one with the balls, but this is also good. Oh. And it sucks. I'm so scared this guy's going to start striking me because I keep showing his stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you've always got the fair use defense, though, as long as you're not taking the piss with it.
Yeah. Let me try and find the actual video. But yeah, this is still a brilliant channel. I got nothing against it. The guys are really good at what they do. The guy does know his stuff. But that myth he was trying to debunk, he debunked himself, unfortunately, when it comes to claiming there's no compression change. It's just how it is. Not everybody can be perfect.
Well, it's interesting. He obviously knew that you wrote a video about him, and he literally said he referenced you in his rebuttal. Isn't it amazing how quick he got to know about your video, yet nobody else seems to get to know about anything in this topic unless they want them to?
Exactly.
It's amazing. It's like spreads like wildfire when they want to use it against us, but we get no reach when we want to say things like, show us how you get the... Rachie doesn't understand how the gradient's formed. I'm like, Rachie, it doesn't matter about how the gradient's formed. It matters. It doesn't matter that there's a gradient, right? How it's caused is irrelevant. What matters is, can it be caused in a vacuum or not? She ignores it. It's like, Rachie, come on.
I think this is the one with the snooker balls I was talking about. There we go. Look at this. Okay, unfortunately. So he's going to change the depth of field and everything. And all it does is it's just taking what's in focus on the plane. And as it's doing that, you're going to see the difference that it gives with the balls. It's going to make it look like it gets closer and further from each other.
Yeah, that isn't that by changing the aperture size.
Look at that. There we go.
And the f-stop.
There we go. Both f8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
50 millimeter, 100 millimeter. Which one looks closer?
An f8 stop, right? He's using the f8.
Yeah,
his f-stop is 8.
Yeah, but that's not going to really. The contention is the lens. Look what the effect is just based on the magnification because of that. Look how close the ball looks compared to that because it's magnifying everything into each other. You see, it gives a different depth of field, and that's what gives that foreshortening effect. And you're going to see. Look again. 50 mil, just changing. What's both 50 mils, yeah? But he's changed all he's done is change his depth of field. But look what the depth of field has changed. It's the same focal length, just changing the depth of field. Look at the difference.
But isn't his point that it was changing the proportions of the picture, not the zoom?
Mm-hmm. But that's the point. That's why I say it's all just optical. I mean, that's why I say I can do a whole, just taking based on this guy showing the whole time, making my point, it's all optical, really debunks this whole globe idiotic physical claim. And I got to go to work in a few hours. I better go sleep.
Well done. Well done, bro. You did good. You did good. Well done, man.
So yeah, I'll be contacting some mathematicians so they can explain to Craig that an equatorial plane shares one vertical.
Well, all you need to do is clip out the pieces that he says that you take
That's
issue
all I'm
with.
going to do, yeah.
Yeah, and then get rid of all the fluff and all the name calling and all the giggling and all that. Just keep playing that point over and over and over again so people hear it 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
And then obviously show how he's applying it to if I understand it right, he's applying it to a circumference rather than to a level plane,
But you see, that's why I was saying he was a straw man, because he's trying to put me onto, let's say they're by Ecuador and by South America, and saying, you see, now you've got a new zenith, so therefore their horizontal is not horizontal anymore, it is now vertical. But the guy
you haven't got a new zenith, have you?
No, but you would have, because it would be, let me try and draw it for you quickly. Because
the zeniths would be all the same, would they not?
No, you get a different. No, you get a different. This would be the equatorial, and this would be the polar. Now he's saying, you see here, if you're standing here, this would be your new horizontal. Get it? So that would be now vertical. Now this would be your horizontal. That would be
above.
Sorry.
Is this looking down from above?
This is just the sphere, just looking from the side in 2 dimensions, the geometry. So this would be the equator. Yeah, this would be the equator. This would be Polaris, the north, the south.
Yeah, I'm with it.
The north and the south. Okay, so it's like north, east, south, west. So this is the equatorial plane. And the vertical here, someone's snoring. That's not, I think this was on his slob. But anyway, this would be the south. This would be the vertical on the equatorial plane. He's claiming now, this is his straw man. Let's go to Ecuador, which is on the edge of the equatorial plane, would now have a new vertical. So the vertical would be showing up now. So therefore, the vertical that was there would now be horizontal. You understand? Not understanding.
So he's applying it to a circumference. He's applying it to a circumference.
Exactly. This is where he got everything wrong. He doesn't understand. The measurement is claimed over 6,000 kilometers of a radius. This is the radius measured, he's claiming, of the equatorial plane. That's not an equatorial plane. This is an equatorial plane. Are you sure
you understood what he said?
Yes.
Because if he did say that, he is wrong.
He's very wrong.
I didn't hear it either way because I wasn't listening properly at the time.
He's very wrong. And the poor guy, wow. So dumb he can't see it. And the sad part of this is he's got McToon and them all in his ear saying, yeah, you're right. Well, they're all showing to be absolute morons.
They're always idiots.
Well, you know what I would do here? I would snip out the section where he says it. I would then go to someone like Adam Meakin. He likes his maths.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Adam Meakin, explain what he says, explain the scenario, and get a double check on it to make sure that what he says is understood by you the way that it's meant to be understood. Because sometimes they can say something and you understand it different to how they meant it, and they just misspeak.
No, dude, I got him to say it in different ways. That's why I literally wanted to make that. Why do you think I kept trying to figure out is that exactly what he's claiming? He said it in different ways, exactly like I was making sure. So I have it in 3 or 4 different ways explaining the same thing.
If that's the case, mate, run with it, because it's if he's done the way he said, if he's done what we think he's done, in other words, applied it to a circumference, you're right and he's wrong. It's time to say goodbye to his check. He's never going to do that, though, right?
Yeah,
you realise even if he is wrong,
obviously,
he's never going to do it.
But I will be known for the guy that got McToon, Dave McKeegan, Simon Dan, and Fight the Flat Earth to have to lie because they're not going to delete their channels.
Yeah, no, what will actually happen is, by consensus majority, they will all agree that you're wrong and then claim victory in any event, no matter what happens. That's what will happen.
Well, they're just going to say, nah.
Yeah, nah. And by consensus, they will all agree that they're all right and you're wrong.
Exactly.
And then all their cronies that follow them will agree, even though they don't listen or understand it. Because I'll admit, I wasn't listening and I didn't really understand it because I missed it. But if what you say is correct, then that's what he said, and he doubled down on it more than once. Push it, man. But just don't expect it to ever... They'll never concede that they're wrong, ever.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to go sleep. I have to wake up in a few hours for work.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll see you guys again tonight. Thank you all for coming. Man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, that was fun. Got a headache now, but it was fun. Thanks all for coming. Really appreciate it. Cheers, guys. Many, many blessings. May the pressure be with you. Cheers.
The first day.